I think he has the most skill on a motorcycle than I've ever seen.
Probably to get a few championships, titles and that stuff. Run the #1 plate probably. We'll just see how it goes and hopefully I get there.
Jett Lawrence is the 250 national champion.
Jett Lawrence is the 250 West champion.
Jett Lawrence is the 450 motocross champion. Jett Lawrence is the world champion.
For a long time in the sport, it felt like we had already seen the greatest talents we'd ever see. First, there was Jeremy McGrath that created a paradigm shift in Supercross. Then came Ricky Carmichael, whose dominance changed everything. And then James Stewart pushed the speed of the sport to a level no one thought possible. For years, it felt riders like that may never come around again. And then came Jett Lawrence.
Go into an undefeated season. I mean, I was 19 years old for most of it. I'm part of the greats now. Like, James had a perfect season. Ricky had 2 perfect seasons. That's sick. And I started asking a question. I'm like, did any of them do it in their rookie season? Like, no, they were like maybe a year or so in, like seasons in. I'm like, I'm the only person to do it in a rookie season. I'm like, that's pretty badass.
Jett's early success and dominance shocked the industry. His ability to find time on a motocross track is incredible. It feels almost unworldly. What is it that makes you better than all of these other guys that are still the best in the world?
Guess I'm just not human. There's some things just work different in my head. Things compute different, you know? Like, I think that's what makes me special of how I see things.
With talent this rare, you'd think a family might only see it once. But Jett's biggest competitor is his brother, Hunter Lawrence.
He can beat me. When Hunter, like on training days, we are tied, like, and there's some days where he's better than me. Everyone's seeing it now. He can be a bad motherfucker. And he always has been.
The Lawrence family continues to write their story into the history books. And with Jett already winning every championship that the sport has to offer, there's only one thing left to chase: records.
If I give 100% Jett Lawrence on that weekend, Jett Lawrence can win any main event. I'm going to show you that I'm the best.
People probably are going to have a different perspective of like, fuck, he's actually a psycho.
I ain't on social media going, I'm a bad motherfucker. I'm not that guy. Results speak for themselves. You want to get an argument, who's better? I just go and just show my stats and just go,
yeah.
There you go. I don't need to talk.
Gypsy gang, welcome back Jett Lawrence to the podcast. I'm going to interrupt this podcast to bring you a pretty crazy statistic. 70% of people that watch this channel are not subscribed. That does a couple of things. A, that means that you might not be getting served this content the minute that it comes out. And it also just tells YouTube that they're not really worth watching. So if you want to support the podcast, the easiest and quickest, most high impact thing you can do is subscribe to this channel, give this podcast a like, and leave a comment down below to let us know who you would like to see on Gypsy Tales next. We're going to do our best to bring them to you. All right, let's get back to the podcast.
I met a gypsy.
It's so, when you kind of get exposed to the culture, you're just like, fuck.
It's so good.
What a bunch of absolute beasts.
Yeah, I'm like, I get really excited when I get to learn like new things, like new cultures and like, obviously we've had dinner with Khamzat a lot and like kind of asked some questions of like this and that and like, oh, like what, just to learn. Because obviously good, like, will that be very beneficial for me, like with what I do day to day? No, but it's like, it's just good to know and have that kind of
not like,
knowledge.
Not technically on the motorcycle,
yeah,
but in terms of mindset.
Just life.
But there's no gnarlier thing than going to a cage. There's a full arena and you're going into the cage as a trained killer against another trained killer.
Dude, and like Khamzat's a scary person to begin with, and he was grappling or like kind of like rolling around with one of the kids, one of the guys, I forgot his name. They're trying to, I think they nicknamed him Wolverine. That's like his new nickname.
Yeah.
And he had this kid in like this, looked like this messed up pose, and I'm sitting there, I'm just like amazed because he's so quick on the ground, and he just looks up at me and I'm like shitting myself, and he just smiles and then just throws the kid. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, dude is a killer, like straight killer. Like he's just so sick to be around. Like being around him just makes you feel hard as fuck. Like it's like nothing else to it. Like it gets you, like when they're training and sparring, like I'm just like, and being injured sucks because I'm like watching, I'm like, dude, I just want to like fight. That's all I want to do.
It's cool though because you've had to deal with some injuries, and with injuries come time, and with time comes an idle mind to get down in the dumps and negative and doubt yourself. But instead of that, how about I just go and spend my days around a bunch of fucking savage Chechen killers and just stay hungry, bro?
Dude, right? Like, it's just the seeing different, like, I think the biggest thing I love is the different ways of training. Like, I love, like, for some reason, training in different sports I like. Like, I love, like, even with golf, I was figuring out ways, like, what drills can I do training? Like, I would go to the driving range, train on, like, on the driving range, and I'd go on the course, train on the course and do different things. Like, same with paddle. Like, I like training it, and, like, even with, like, fighting now, like, I want to get into that. And am I ever going to get into a ring and fight, like in comps? No, I'm not going to do that. Maybe, but
the best thing,
no.
That's one of the best things about jiu-jitsu, though, is that you can just be a fucking dad, accountant. Like, there's some dudes I train with that are just
plain.
They're 50 years old, savages, beasts, and they'll go every
Killers.
6 months. They'll go and they'll do a black belt competition, and their kid will be there cheering them on. Like, it kind of is cool that it's something you can do for life. And, you know, when I say you're this, like, trained killer that's going into the octagon, like, that what they would feel, like, I know what I feel like when I'm training for a big competition, and it's like no one's punching you in the face. It's just jiu-jitsu. So it's like, it's so gnarly. Then multiply that by 1,000, dude. It blows me away that they can mentally get to that place.
Because, like, I'm close with Khalil Roundtree, and, like, talking with him, and because he's seeing I'm becoming a fan, and, like, I'm wanting to know, like, and learn and learn all the ins and outs and why I'm doing this or why I'm doing that, like, when he's sparring, and, like, he's awesome to begin with. And I was, like, telling him, like, dude, like, how do you not, like, just get mad and, like, when you get hit in the face and want to, like, hit back harder? Like, and he's like, dude, like, well, the one main thing when you get mad, you get, like, you're using extra energy and you're just going to gas yourself out more. And, like, in sparring, obviously, there's no emotions behind it. They're working, and I'm like, dude, I would get, like, if I got cracked in the nose, I would want to kill someone. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, but, like, these guys, you do that to them, they can do it right back, you know. But he was just saying, like, yeah, we're there for work. Like, you kind of block that emotion out, and you just focus on, like, you get used to getting hit. Obviously, in their sport, they get hit a lot. It's not like they never get hit, so they're used to it. But he was just like, yeah, it's just normal. Like, you just take it and then
give it and
give
take
it a bit.
it.
Yeah, like you just, it's crazy. Yeah, he's an animal in itself. Like, he's been sick with, like, sparring, and he said on one of the things, like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and, like, explain what he was gonna do, and I'm like, okay. And then when we were at the training, I was watching, and when he was sparring, I could see what he was doing, and I'm like, oh, there it was. And then, like, after I was talking with it, and it's, like, just so cool to see, like, their knowledge, because they're at the peak of their sport, and obviously I'm at the peak of my sport, and just to see the level, like, they're both super high, and to kind of, like, pick up on those small things that the regular eye wouldn't catch, you know. So it's so sick.
I think your brain is pretty uniquely capable of seeing those things, though, because you're so incredibly technical in motocross, and, you know, martial arts is incredibly technical. The details, the tiny little details of, like, is an underhook at someone's waist or under their lat? Like, just that detail, 6 inches, completely changes a position. And it's like, that's the difference between how far back on your toes are you.
Yeah.
That same game of inches.
It's just cool. Like, we were talking earlier at lunch, like, I finally got to hit, like, pads for the first time in, like, ages, because obviously I've been injured, and I think I was getting John Woods was holding the mitts for me, and, like, he helped train Khalil and stuff like that. And this teaches me basic. I'm like, I just want to know, like, I don't want to get told how to throw hard ass punches or anything. Like, just show me good technique, because, like, I rather look technically sound and look like a fighter when I'm punching and stuff like that, and look like, okay, he has good technique. That's going to take me further than just trying to throw hard. And obviously my wrists aren't conditioned to punching.
Yeah.
So I'm like, show me technique and do that. And just like learning with punching, like step and just learning all those basic things.
Even
so I never
just
got
like
taught.
the breathing.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, obviously right now it's a little difficult because I was doing it in a moon boot, but I was like, my right foot, so I got to do southpaw now because of normally I'm right footed, but you use your back foot a lot. So I had to switch.
Yeah.
And I'd just plant my right foot, and then he'd be moving backwards. And I'm like going further and further forwards and getting off balance. I'm like, gosh, I gotta like remember. And he like showed me a drill, like do this, do that, and it's been so much fun. It's like it's like a new addiction now.
That's awesome. That touches me. That touches my heart.
I thought you'd like, because I know you love your jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. So I want to, I think I'll probably do a lot more pad work first before doing like jiu-jitsu and grappling and stuff like that. Just because obviously I'm hooking my feet a lot and stuff like that to make sure it's like 100%, but at least I can be pretty soft on my foot with just hitting mitts and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, it's cool. And I think even for the best zone 2 cardio that I like doing is have my heart rate monitor on, put my watch down where I can see it, and just zone 2 on the bag.
Dude,
like,
it's good cardio.
The aqua bags, you've seen those things?
Yeah.
Just zone 2 and just like proper technique, like pop punches, like make sure your footwork's good every single time.
Yeah.
Have a few little combos. As soon as your heart rate starts spiking, just
Bring it
back
down,
to just like little jabs. Bro, that you can delete 40 minutes of zone 2 with that.
Dude, and you know what else is really fun? I always forget. I think they call it the speed bag.
Yeah.
I love the speed bag. I've been like, I'll go hit on that.
You can do that with a broken foot.
Yeah. At first, a while ago when I was just watching, like, I would just go do that because I could at least stand on one foot because I'm just going and yeah, but I got cleared by G today that he's like, honestly, you could probably do like, it would be good to do mitts to get like the motion of my ankle.
Well, plus when you're on the mats.
Yeah.
I
gotta do it in a shoe first just because it's still pretty fresh.
But even that, like, there's going to be some give.
Yeah.
Than just being on.
Oh, it's
on
not
the
like
concrete.
on concrete. Yeah, exactly. So I'm when you told me that today, I'm like done. So I told Bear, and Bear texted Khalil. He's like, yeah, Khalil can hold mitts, which is like even crazy to have him holding mitts for you. Like, so it's
I love it.
It's sick.
Dude,
I'm addicted.
It was cool seeing Khalil at A2. So the whole crew was there.
Dude, he loves it. He's like...
He was into it.
He loved it. So, like, shout out to Bear because I've been staying in Bear's back house for, like, the past how many weeks?
Yeah.
And because I've just been in Newport. And every night on Saturday night when we're watching the race, Khalil is there with his wife, Mia, she's even just as gnarly as Khalil is. Like, she's sick and she's so nice. He'll come over. We had a few of like the Chechen crews come over. Like they have a Sweden, what do you even call it? Like he holds the mitts for them. Like he's really good. Like he's a sweet guy. Like super, super nice. They came over and watched Hunter's. I think they watched the first one that he won at his first 450 win.
And you were losing.
Dude,
your shit.
I was losing. I was jumping up and down. I was going insane. And they're like, dude, we're new fans. Like this is sick. Like, and they thought it was awesome. But like, Khalil loves it. Like he's like asking questions, like how I ask questions for like about boxing. He's the same about moto, and I'll explain to it in like the best way that I possibly can, and to try and make them understand. But sometimes I go like on a crazy way of explaining it that don't make sense at all. But it's like it's cool to see because like he respects what we do. I definitely respect what he does, and like we both love each other's sports, and obviously Khalil as a human being is like super, super nice. Like he's honestly like this whole time being injured, like him, Bear, without like those two and obviously Bear's family as well, I think it would have been like mentally so much harder. Like she just would have been grinding. Like, dude, like even just like flying out, like I would go fly, or I had to fly back to Florida for a weekend, and dude, Khalil just texted me, hey, you make it to the hotel. Like it's just such small things, but like, dude, he doesn't have to do any of that. Like he's just such a nice dude, and like I idolize him so much as a person just because he's such a genuine good dude and a straight badass. Like it's so sick.
I always say it, man. I love people that I can put you in this category as well. I love people that get to the top of their thing and they've got not every right, but like if they turned into a dickhead,
They have some right.
You get
Yeah.
it. You're like, I get it. You're fucking rich.
Yeah.
You're famous. There's a lot of people annoying the shit out
You
of you
could be
all the time.
confident in comedy,
Like,
yeah.
you could. I see that. But like, dude, Danny Rick's the best example of
Yeah.
it. Like, most humble king of all time. Just like reached
He's
the
sick.
top of the mountain. Nicest dude
I
ever.
love that guy.
Khalil, very similar vibe.
Oh yeah, they're both in the similar ways of how they like are and how they treat other people. They just treat them so nicely. Danny texted me like a few days ago actually. I responded back to him. He's asked how I was doing, so I got to talk to him a little bit. I love him. He's always so fun to hang out with and chat shit with.
Did he tell you about the Cape trip?
No, he hasn't told me about that yet.
You'll have to ask
I
him.
haven't. I'm not a huge texting person, so like I don't text a
Oh,
lot.
I know.
Yeah, like you know how much of a pain I am. I don't text. Like if you call me, I answer calls. Like I'm fine with calls, but like text, I'll see it, be like, okay, I'm doing this right now. I'll get back to it. Then I just
Get him to tell you about the Cape. Fucking
right,
hilarious.
I will.
Poor bugger. Have you ever really thought about hydration? I bet you haven't, but I have, and that's why I am on a mission to hydrate action sports with my new company, SOTA Fuel. You can look at any study. Hydration is one of the key factors in human performance. And action sports is about as high performance as it gets, and there are extreme consequences to not being locked in. Find out more about how important hydration is for you and if you're leaving performance on the table by heading to sotafuel.com. I've got some stuff I want to talk about
Yeah.
that we're going to get into. Before that, though, have you seen any of those top 5 videos that we've been making? Where it's like top 5 Daytona,
I've seen
top
those,
5
yeah.
Jeff Hurlings.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to do one with Jett Lawrence.
Yeah.
So top 5 Jett Lawrence.
All right.
But I want to know your top 5. Your whole career, top 5 Jett
Okay.
Lawrence moments from Jett Lawrence. 5 first.
Do you want me to go? I feel like everyone's gonna know what number 1 is. I feel like that's pretty easy.
So let's go 5 to 1.
We'll go 5 to 1. So I think number 5, gosh, there's so much like
Yeah, you've done a bit.
I've like done a lot of cool things like that not a lot of people get to do in their career, which I'm like so like grateful of, which is sick. I think I have to go an easy one, obviously. I think first Supercross podium on a 250 in Salt Lake City. I feel like
Okay.
that's a good one. Like
Yeah.
first podium, like we're in America, first year Supercross, bam, like was sick. It was cool, especially like obviously through COVID. And I was stoked. I had that custom gear as well with
Which
the
Was this
it was
it?
like the peach gear. I don't know if it was that one. Yeah, I had custom peach gear that David Durham made for me.
Bro, shout out to
sick.
David Durham.
He's sick. He does all that gear and
What a G.
he's awesome.
So he does all your gear, like when you guys
Like our
do
custom stuff.
sets?
Yeah, he does a lot of our
Yeah,
custom
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah,
He's great. Like he's just
I actually
crazy.
want to
He's
get him
great.
on the pod at some point.
It'd be cool.
I need to go.
He does a lot of sick stuff, like
He
with a lot of
does.
people.
Sunday Red.
Yeah, I won't say a lot on like who, but because I'll let him tell him. Because I don't know
Yeah,
what
you don't
I'm
know
allowed to
what's
say.
public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nah, he's a wizard, honestly, with designs.
I wonder. We'll let Griff try and find that. So
Yeah.
top 5. So what do you remember about that race?
I remember that one. I came from behind. I got a bad start. And yeah, I came from way back. I passed a lot of guys, and I remember it was just like I just felt good. Like I was just riding nice. The track was gnarly. I think it got like outshadowed because I think Dylan and Austin had that. Remember they had that gnarly battle. I think Austin put Dylan over the berm
Yeah.
after the finish.
Yes.
So it got overshadowed, but I don't care. I was like, this is still sick. I'm like, that's fine. I think it's that one, 15. Yeah, because that's
Yeah, there it is.
I remember
That's-
Craig wearing that gear.
Fuck, isn't it crazy that you can wear that? Like you can remember that much detail. Like you can remember
Yeah.
what somebody else wore. All right, here he is.
Because yeah,
Oh, look at the start.
Yeah, because HJ was there too. because I had a bad gaper. Because remember when I in the heat race I overshot the turn so bad. Remember I had like a crazy like start and I overshot and then Faulkner took me front wheel and then I think right after he got my front wheel, he clipped the back of Hunter's wheel and went down. So it was like calm as a bitch. But
that's the best thing about two Lawrence brothers out there.
I know.
He's got to deal with two lots of shit.
I remember I was ripping the outside. I had a sick line and I would there
he is.
I had that line.
Oh, that gear
loved
is
it.
awesome.
Yeah, I remember he put him bump.
Oh,
he didn't really put him over the berm. He just put him in between the lanes.
Yeah. 250 Faulkner Prime was a wild dude.
Yeah, that's like.
Oh, loves a whoop section.
There's Hazy, number 90. That's Jacob.
No way.
Yeah, that's Jacob. That's the first year I met Jacob.
No way.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Dude, actually, funny thing, I got to chat with McAdoo today.
Oh, he was at G's?
Yeah, he was at G's today, so I was chatting with him.
So first podium.
Yeah,
so
first podium.
That's number 5.
Number 5, I think first podium was pretty sick. I think then...
It's only got 4 more.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I'm like, it's so easy to go after
work
like
backwards
first
from
wins.
1. Work like
Okay.
So don't say number 1, but work backwards in your mind to get to 4.
We'll start at number 2 then.
No. It's got to go 4, but like do the math backwards. So if you know number 1, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it might make it a
mentally,
bit easier.
Okay, yeah. All right.
So we're at number 4 now.
Number 4.
I've got my list too, so I'm.
You have your list?
Yeah.
You probably have some like other stuff because obviously you're just throwing me in this. So I think. Let's say number 4 would be first outdoor championship. I think that's like because that was a difficult one for me because like obviously the Star Yamaha bikes was so much faster than ours, and I was just starting from way back always. So I think that's
Justin Cooper was
and he was up front always, and
there he goes there.
Yeah, he and like we were at Hangtown last round. He rode and he likes that place like. So I'd say number 4 would be 2021 outdoor championship 18. I was 18 years old and I was racing with number 18. So it's like that's why I went with actually my career number of number 18. Yeah, because and I'm like I feel like everyone since I won with number 18, everyone knows I'm number 18 now. I'm like because I was like, oh, do I go back to number 49? Because that was always my amateur number.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you stuck with 18.
But 18's hard.
The goggle collab that you guys
with 100%, it's perfect, right? It was just meant to be.
Yeah, that's right there. This was the first moto of the year, wasn't it?
This is the.
Was this the last round?
This is the last round. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this now.
Because remember they had 2 parlors.
Yeah.
Because remember, J-Coop got the He had the championship lead. I think like around Washougal, and then he had that crash. So I was able to save some points because he crashed in the last one. And then I went on a bit of a win streak. I won at Ironman, won at Parla, and that got me, and he had a bad one at either Parla or Ironman. And I gained a points lead back. And I had I think I only had a 12-point lead. I'm trying to remember. So long ago, so I can't 100% remember, but
this is the chip.
Yeah, got the chip.
Got that chip. Was that your first time you got like proper money? Was that like the first big payday?
I mean, in my eyes, like my first payday was when I was on amateurs and I was getting paid. I think I was 75. I think comes to remember 75K, because I went from Europe getting I think only a little bit of money to like barely survive. That would help like family. And Hunter was getting paid as well.
So you were rich at that point.
Oh, I was. I was so amped. Went to Wells Fargo, got my card. You know, you can customize your card. I put a photo of me riding at Milestone, my first photo when I was on Amsoil Honda.
That's unreal.
Got that on there. Thought it was hard and could go. I had money to go buy stuff with. I was on a teen account, so I was pissed because I had like $500 a day.
Yeah.
I was pissed. So it was funny because I was still on it at this point, and we went to Pelican Hill, and I remember asking the guy. I think you've heard the story, right? Of like, hey, like I went to go pay because I bought stuff before, and the tea time was like $300 or like $400, and I went to go pay, and he's like, oh, I didn't go through, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, damn, like maybe I'm like asking like, do you know how long like I'll have to be on the teen account? And like I think Hunter's doing. He's like, dude, he's the pro shop guy. He ain't gonna tell. He's not a bank. He's not gonna know when you can get off the teen account. Like you idiot. I'm like, oh, okay. And then, but yeah, I remember that was probably for me in my eyes. That's when I was getting paid. But then yeah, my biggest bonus was this was my first big one. Yeah, which was sick. I was so stoked.
That's unreal. So number 3, we've only got 3 spots left.
Number 3. I feel like I know what the 2 are. Maybe I know the number 1 for sure, but 2 and 3, I don't know which order because I have 2 in mind. I think I'll go number 3. I think the Supercross Championship in 450.
Yeah, the first one.
That one was sick. Just because that was such a insane year with like learning and trying to battle with one of the most gnarliest guys in a championship battle to be with is Cooper Webb. An absolute weapon, a stud.
And you've spent a bunch of time around him too.
Yeah, I spent in 22. He was at the time was 83 compounds.
Yep.
We didn't own it. And I got to spend a lot of time with him. So, which honestly, it helped me so much because Coop, you know how Coop is. Coop loves to rev the bike, but he did that so much with me when I was on 250 at the practice track. And I'm like, I had an older brother who got into a 4-stroke before me. So he was doing the same. So I was used to it. So it honestly helped me out with that. But
so you got used to him revving the bike.
Yeah,
like that,
when he'd come in. But it was like I had such good, like fun racing him because like we would get so close, like would bump bars in like the mid turn, like kind of like in a respectful way. It wasn't like dirty, like in a respectful way. Would just bump me mid turn to like just make check up.
Yeah.
Then would go like so we were going at it, and then obviously we were tied on points at one stage and was able to go I think on another 3-streak win.
Yeah.
I think
Started like around Birmingham, didn't it?
After I had 2 times where I went on a win streak. I had Birmingham, Indianapolis. What was the round before Birmingham? I won. So I won 3 in a row because it was the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
I won there, then it went somewhere else because at Foxborough. No, was it Foxborough or Seattle? No. Yeah, Seattle. So remember I was like ripping at Seattle, but remember I clipped his back wheel in the sand?
Yep.
That's when so I got 3rd then. Then Foxborough, he won, and I got a terrible start. But then I had a 2nd win streak when it went Nashville. When we were tied on points, I went Nashville, Philly, Denver, I think it was. And then it was Salt Lake was the last one. I was able just to like get enough points to have a chill.
And wasn't Ando and Hunter going at it that night?
They were going at it as well that night, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, because I was behind. And the funny thing because he did in front of me, that next lap I set the fastest lap of the race to catch him and then hit him in the next turn.
Yeah. I remember being in the stand just being like, bro, just fucking let it go.
Yeah, don't worry. I heard about like my dad was fine. He's like, Dad's like, yeah, fuck him. But my mum was like, what if he hit your spoke? I'm like, Mum, I'm good enough to like, I wasn't gonna do it where I'm gonna go front wheel in first and make his foot peg go into my front wheel. Like, I just wanted to hit him just to be like,
what's up, bro?
You're a fuckwit.
Dude,
and then they're going out here. You don't see it, but like I went around, I was like this, because I feel like I was just rage baiting. I was just giving thumbs up, like good fucking job. Like, but I mean, yeah, because Hunter don't need any backup. He'll
be fine.
He's fine, yeah. Plus he said he couldn't even hear him. He was real quiet.
Yeah, dude, that was gnarly.
So that one, number 3. I think
that gear,
it was sick, huh?
Alpine Stars sent me that next day.
Yeah.
I went to Glen Helen on the weekend, cartwheeled a 450 down the top of the big hill at the Yamaha event.
Oh, no way.
I fucking,
feel like
I
never
ripped
ending.
that gear
No.
all the way, all up the leg, ripped the jerk, like
Oh, no.
completely fucked the entire. I've only got the boots, and they just sit on the shelf. And
Well,
I'm
the
just
boots
like,
are sick.
The boots.
At
are
least you got
sick.
the boots.
Yeah,
I
still got
like.
the boots.
I keep a lot like jerseys, and then like I only put like my custom boots up at home.
Yeah.
Like I have somewhere like I have a shelf of like custom boots, just of like the left foot, and it'll just be like custom boots of like the Dumb and Dumber kit that Hunter and I had, the orange.
Yeah.
Those championship boots, antisocial boots. I have a few other ones I can't remember, but
I love that. Love that kit. Destroyed it.
Yeah.
First time I rode in it. Fucking wrote the bike off,
Such
and
a
I was
bummer.
like, well, guess that one's not for me.
Do you know what else? One was sick. Was the maroon and gold. Remember I had on 250. I wore it twice. I had one for the second. I wore it at Salt Lake. Remember when I hurt my ankle before the outdoor season?
Mm-hmm.
I wore it that weekend, and then I wore it on my second outdoor championship as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And there was another one. Your debut kit at Anaheim on the 450.
Yeah,
the
that
orange.
stuff.
I still
Dude,
got that. That's
you know what?
hard,
I'm
that
pissed.
gear.
Hunter freaking took them boots and started using them
Oh, true.
at the practice track.
What size are you?
So I stubbed my toe
yeah.
enough where I'm down to like a boot. I'm like an 8.
I was gonna say you can have mine, but be a bit too big.
Nah, you get. I want the actual one. But I think at one time I took them back. Yeah, those ones were sick. So I got those boots up there as well. Yeah, that stuff was sick.
That is sick.
So number two.
Number 2, yeah.
I think number 2 for me is I'm gonna go with the 2025 season. 2025 outdoor season.
Yeah.
I think it's better because I had like a lot of sick, like obviously Parla's a sick one. The gear was dope.
That gear was dope.
Yeah, I think I'm changing my number font to that actually, because I've seen too many people have similar fonts to it. So I'm like, I'm gonna go something different.
This was unreal, dude. So I'll set this up for you.
Yeah.
So you've come off a completely devastating injury and an ACL that you're in doubt to even make that race. You've never lost a moto here. Eli is in for this full outdoor season.
Yeah.
Like you had a lot of personal drama going on at the time, and everything was stacked against you to not win this race. And Eli fucking Tomac showed up to race that day.
Yeah.
On an absolutely barking Star Yamaha.
I feel like conditions that he's good in, like when I feel like there were subsections that obviously were rutted, but like he's really, really good like when it's a berm and you can just blast it. Like I think obviously in that one section is really good. Kind of after the start, that little the S turn like in the background there.
Yeah.
He was like good in there, but like I had my sections as well. But I think that one was sick because I was like that second one I wasn't sure how like my race fitness in general is different. Like you have fitness training at home, then you have race fitness because you got to deal with adrenaline. You got to deal with different elements of the track at the time. You got to deal with heat.
Almost past you there.
Yeah, like that's what I mean. He was really good there running that outside, but like thankfully that Yamaha is loud. You can hear it, and like the sound goes forward. But even here, like this part was sick. I heard him, and I'm like, all right, I can't jump to this. I got a manual. And then this was like the fastest I feel like I hit this all moto of coming in. I'm just like, I got to commit.
I think that's the fastest anyone's ever hit anything.
Like, because going down that hill, obviously I knew he was on that inside. I'm like, I don't want to chop his front wheel off, and I'm like, I don't want to let him have that outside because that outside is just going to be out of rail. So I'm like, I got to send a little bit. If I get a little sketchy, hopefully I'm past him where I don't mess him up or get too close to him,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was such a sick race, and to have him there for a bit, and then like I still felt really, really good because I was like kind of maintaining, and then I think like 5 minutes to go, I got on the pit board, I got 4 laps. I'm like, you know what? Like, excuse my language, fuck it, I'm gonna go. Like I'm like put it to him, like kind of really almost like put a statement. Like I had an ACL, they're bad, and I'm back. I'm not having no warm-ups, you know, and so I was so stoked. And obviously, like you said, a lot of personal stuff. Like this one, I was like really, really emotional because I went through so much pain with my knee. Like, because like a lot of people when they get injured, they just sit there and let it heal naturally. And then like, oh, if they try to like move it a bit, oh, it hurts. They don't do anything. Dude, I was in my bedroom on my bed, like having my heel up on something because I struggled getting it straight and bending it. Dude, I had my heel up, dude, like pushing on it. I would put ankle weights on there, then push it again. Then I would bend my knee because I couldn't bend it all the way. I'd bring it up. I'd wrap a towel around my ankle, and then I would lean back and then just crank on my knee back. And dude, it hurts so damn bad. Like almost on the verge of tears, but I'm like, no, I got to keep going. I got to keep going. I was cycling it. I was doing 2 hours every day, cycle. Like I was doing so much shit to come back. And like, that's why I was just so amped when I came back and won. Because it was just like this, of all the distractions going into it, it was just I think like.
That was probably one of the worst periods of your life up to that point.
Yeah, like it was a lot of shit going on. So I was like, to do that and block it out, I was like, yeah, nah. Now like, bring on anything. That's why I was like, that's why I was so like amped. That's why I was like, dude, nothing, you can't budge me. Like, and then in press, I was like, yeah, it was just good to step on their throats of the doubters and just a good fuck you. Like, excuse the language, but like this.
Hey, this is a safe space.
Yeah, like this fuck you. Like, don't go against me. Like, see what happens, you know? And I think that was probably one. I think that I had like, then it sounds messed up, but like the first 4 rounds, I kept on like, I was just managing for some reason. Just natural. And Dazzy got pissed because, I mean, I was winning, but Dad's like, you go and do these lap times at a second, sometimes 2 seconds faster, and then you go to their lap time. And then they're like, you on this 3 to 5 second bubble. Like, if you make a mistake and then you're pushing again. He's like, just keep going. Like, you do it every week during the week. Like, you go to your mode and you hold the lap time. Just hold the lap time. Like, and like, honestly, he just kind of said, like, dude, just keep trying. Like, do the whole thing. Yeah. Like, just don't get like lazy and.
But do you have PTSD from James Stewart?
No, like, I think that's because I think he went to a different level of going like send. Yeah. Like, I know my not my limit, but like I know what's faster than them and I can do it safely. Like, I think my technique and what I've embedded in myself, I think helps me a lot with be able to go faster, safer. Yeah. And yeah, then I came out, I think because wasn't Southwick the first one back after the break? This time it was Southwick, then Redbud.
Yeah.
I remember Southwick
was gnarly.
Yeah, I'm just like, all right, because I got obviously tuned up by Daz. Stop being lazy with it. Like,
no, because you smoked everyone.
Yeah, so then from there on out, I just kept like going. I would get a lead. I'm just, all right, I'm just gonna hold. I'm just gonna keep going. Like, there's someone there, and yeah, like pulled away there. Then Then we went to Redbud, I think it was. And the first one, obviously, I went. The second one, I crashed obviously in the first lap.
This is so sick.
Yeah,
bro.
this was fun. I love Redbud. It's so nice.
That is ridiculous, bro. That's 2020 vibes right there.
I don't scrub. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's sick. So that was a massive that was like a vindicating season for you to come back and just to win that way.
Yeah. 'Cause I got told how many times, like, dude, James came back from an ACL and then he did perfect season. They did. Obviously, I didn't do perfect season. I almost went perfect overalls. I just won. I think I lost 2. But I mean, like, I'm like, all right, well, they're like, if you wanna be one of the greats, you come back and try and win, I guess. Like, I'm like, all right, like, done.
Say less.
Say less. I'll do that. So we were able to come back and win the first race, and then obviously win the championship, which was sick. And Hunter and I had some sick battles that year as well, obviously in 25. he was getting better and better, and it was sick. Obviously, I had sick battles with Eli as well. Oh, yeah.
Easy, Cody.
Yeah.
So then that leaves number one.
Number one, I think everyone knows that. Obviously, the undefeated season. I think that's an easiest one to pick. Coming in, obviously, Chase and Eli had the most craziest championship battle right down to the line the year before in 22.
Yeah, and that was like peak motocross.
Peak.
Everyone's
like,
like, okay, no
one's going faster.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's almost like a best way to put it is like it's like a Michael Jordan's like MJ's like mentality. Like you twist things to like mentally like find drive.
Find
you know?
a fuel.
Like
yeah.
you find a fuel. Like, and that one I'm like, all right, like, and in my mind I'm like, dude, like obviously the year before I did the nations and won nations in my division, and obviously that was my bond on the Saturday when we did the quali race. Obviously Chase and I had Dylan in my one, and those like they were a bit faster on the sprinting part, but I'm like in the motor, like once we got into like flying, I was the same, and I'm like I ain't as strong as I am in another year. Like give like on not another year, but like. Give me some more months and I'll put on some more bulk and strength. And then, so I came in, I was pretty, obviously a question about it, but I was like, I'm Dylan won on his rookie season. I was more on like I'm going to win the championship. That's what I'm winning.
Yeah.
Like I'm setting my mind. I know how to win a championship. I've won championships before. This at a different level. Obviously it's going to be a lot more difficult, but I'm winning this championship. I had that in my head from the get-go. And then kind of when I did the quali session, I think my lap time was like 2 seconds fast. And I was like, oh, okay. Like we got speed. That's good. I didn't have that before. And then, yeah, obviously Par's it's not like my favorite track to race because it's like it beats you up, like beats your body up bad. But I'm like, all right, let's just see. And I think it was obviously the first one was a different type of like pushing, you know, like you were maintaining, but there was a limit speed. And obviously the second one, Chase was there. And I'm like, because I got like a false hope in the first one because I got that gap and I just maintained and I'm like, all right. But then the second one, Chase was there. And I'm like, okay, I gotta focus. And like we were kind of going a little bit back and forth and I got a 3-second gap at one stage and I got excited. I'm like, I'm gonna push. And then I made a mistake and it brought him like right on my wheel again. But then from there on, I was just like, all right, just focus race by race. I was trying not to think about the undefeated win streak. I was just like, we're just gonna focus race on race, okay? And yeah, then to go into an undefeated season, rookie season I was 19 years old for most of it. Like,
pretty insane.
It's insane. Like, tell me one 19-year-old that's gone anywhere close to doing that. Like,
no, it's still underrated.
Yeah, like, dude, I was like, even I'm like, dude, I'm part of the greats now. Like, James had a perfect season. Ricky had 2 perfect seasons. That's sick. But then I'm like, thinking after, I'm like, wait. And I started asking a question. I'm like, did any of them do it in their rookie season? Like, no, they were like maybe a year or so in, seasons in. I'm like, shit, I'm the only person to do it in a rookie season. I'm like, that's pretty badass. So I was that's easily my number one. I think if anyone else has done it, that's their number one as well. Cause like, it's just not heard of. Like I heard so many times people saying, I don't think it'll never happen again. Like we're never going to have a Ricky Carmichael or James Stewart again. Like they're so one of a kind. And here's this Aussie kid who's partially, autistic like his little brother, and he did a perfect season in his rookie season on a 450 at 19, 20 years old, you know, like.
Yeah, look at this moment, dude.
I was stoked. Oh, there's Malat from Red Bull.
Unreal.
Yeah.
And then just bang.
I was so pumped. And that last moto was so sick.
That gives me goosebumps watching that
now. So sick. Like, dude, me and Chase were pushing. Like,
and that track's so fast.
It is. And like we both got speed wobbles coming down Godzilla. Like I did it first and he did the next lap. Like we were coming down that fast that like it got speed wobbles. Like
Oh, dude.
and dude, I was spent. And so obviously like Chase was just like,
They just
I
didn't
ain't
let
letting
you
this
out.
little
Yeah,
shit get a
yeah.
perfect season. I'm like, I can't. I got this far. I can't mess it up. I can't mess it up. And like, and it was a sick last moment. I pushed so hard because I wanted it so bad. I was so amped.
Oh, and Hunter won that day.
And then Hunter won his
too.
championship as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was sick.
Fuck, man, I remember I went to Washougal that year.
Yeah.
And it was the first time I'd seen you guys in forever. And I remember just being like, fuck, I almost don't even want to say hello. I don't want to see him.
Dude, we
because
almost
you're
like
in the middle of it. And I'm like, fuck, if he loses a moto today,
Yeah.
I'm going to think it was
yeah,
me.
dude. Like it was such a thing. We never really spoke about it that much.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, try not to think about it, but Dad's like, nah, like, different weekend. It can be done this weekend. There's nothing solid in that you're gonna go another perfect 1-1. So you better go out there and work your ass for it and make sure you're the only one that can determine if you get that and keep this win streak going. So it was very like. Besides that, it was very rarely talked about. I mean,
Was it hard mentally? Or you were able to stick to that plan fairly
I was able to
easily?
stick to that plan. Like you get like pretty, like I was mentally pretty confident and mentally strong. Like I was locked like a lot. I was pretty locked. That was like the first year of like being, I felt like where I had a lot of mental control of like, like I had my things I wanted to do and like,
That's massive.
like that,
eh?
not like mind powers, but like that mind control of going
Yep.
this. Like, dude, I remember I had remember what it was at Washoe. Remember everyone flinched on the gate, and I'd like I was locked, like, and I wish I had that shit now. Still, I've hit so many gates since then from people flinching, but like, I mean, I was just like I was in a different mental space, which I think like I mean, I have it back like now. Like I went through a bit of a lull, but like it's just
It's crazy to be able to work yourself into that kind of headspace, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like athletes spend a lot of time trying to get there and trying to figure out what that recipe is
yeah.
for themselves to get into that position. But yeah, what race was it? There was maybe it was one of the Vegas SMXs. And I remember it wasn't this year, it was last year.
I think it was 24, yeah.
Yeah.
24 Vegas, first one.
Dude, and I was walking out of the Honda truck and you were walking out of the Lawrence zone and I just fucking gave you a fist bump before the main
Yeah.
started. Bro, you were fucking locked. That was the first time I saw like real like beast demon fucking Jett Lawrence.
Yeah, that was, I think I came back from my thumb that in 24. Remember
That's
I did outdoors, I did my thumb, and I remember
Yep.
like coming back, I was locked, and I wanted to show and prove, and I think the SMX has shown it as well. Like, the last thing you want to do is put any pressure on me because I like that state, like that environment, that all you can win. I thrive for that shit. Like I was so like even last year, all I couldn't wait for was the last round. Like
just
that
last
all, like,
moto. Just give me
like,
that.
Just give me that last moto. I back myself like not like 100% of the time. I would say not even 99%. Like 100% of the time, I back myself. I know like there's obviously other things that can happen, but like me confident, I'm like I know I can do the best I can under pressure. I'll give you 100% Jett, and I knew. Like my dad said it before, like if I give 100% Jett Lawrence on that weekend, Jett Lawrence can win any main event. Just whether you can do that and put that into action, you know. And the pressure of that all you can win, it's like a drug. I love it. Like I came into that weekend so locked in. I'm like I won last year with all the pressure. I'm doing it again. I have Eli this time, and I'm going to show you that I'm the best. And I was just locked. I all my thought process that whole week was going into winning Vegas. That's all it was. I'm winning.
Yeah, and you can see, like, obviously I've seen you in so many environments, and that was the first time where it was just, I was like, that is a different dude than I've ever seen before at any point.
Yeah, because, like, I mean, there's, like, you have different, there's time and place. Like, there's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place where you can be lighthearted, joke around, have stuff like that, but then there's times, like, where you got to be locked. And most of the time, it's always like when I put my helmet on or going out to ride, I'm locked. Where this one, I'm like, you know, no, this is a lot more serious. I was a lot more serious at this one than my other rounds. Like, so I was locked where it took more of my whole day.
One of the things that I think makes you very special as an athlete, though, is how quickly you do get in and out of that zone. Because some people can't get in that zone, and then some people also can't get out of that zone once they're in it. So another great example, it was before Denver last year when I did the 100 hours with Cole.
Yeah.
I was there all week with Star.
Yeah.
And bro, being Coop's fucking friend forever.
Yeah.
Looked through me for the whole week.
Yeah.
And I was like, respect, bro. This is actually gangster as fuck.
Yeah. This shit's going down.
But he was in for a week.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the perspectives that some people don't understand as an athlete. Like, if you say, how come Ken Roxon's never won a championship? Or how come this guy's never won a championship? But when you see the mentality that it takes for some people to, like, maintain for 18 weekends to win a 450 Supercross championship, that mental load, some people can't carry that kind of mental load for that amount of time.
Yeah.
And I think one of your gifts is, like, you almost don't have to. You can be fairly lighthearted right up until the gate drops or till you put your helmet on, you know, and it's like I said, you walk past and you just see, like, wow, that's a very deep, locked in guy that I would not want to fuck with.
Yeah,
right
like,
now.
and during the week, it's not so much like as intense. I would say, like, on the, like, you are intense in, like, the gym, cycling, but it's like it's not as different, you know, like because I think that's one of my faults. Like, on the weekend, I know I'm good with riding because I'm 100% focused at the task. This is important. Where during the week, that's like where I'm most prone of almost getting hurt because it comes easy to me riding.
Yeah.
So, like, I just go through the motion and I'm not as sharp. So, like, that's the one thing I've been learning. Obviously, with this off season, and I was doing good of, like, when I go out there, fully focused. And dude, it was doing good, and obviously this freak accident shit happens. And then, but yeah, it's a lifestyle, honestly. Yeah, it's a lifestyle. Like, if you want to be part time,
hey, Khamzat,
like,
you got to live it.
They are living to be fighters. That's all they do. That they live and breathe that. And with us, we live to do dirt bikes. Like, we only have a short time. We don't have time to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have fun this weekend, not gonna be too focused, you know. Like, we have roughly 10 to 15 years to get our big money, then that's supposed to set us up for our life.
And it's 65 years to count it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so when you realize that and accept that of going, oh shit, yeah, if I want to be good, and like, if you want to make good money where you're set off, we don't have to work another day in your life after, you got to be one of the greats.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, so that's obviously my plan. I'm locked, and I'm wanting to win everything I go in and enter in championship wise, because all I want to do is just make as much money as I can that I can support my family, my girlfriend, obviously, when I retired, probably wife at the time, my family, my kids' futures, my hopefully enough where my kids' future. But obviously with that comes obviously investing and stuff like that, where, like, I'm just trying to make as much money as I can that I can give to my financial guy and go, hey,
cook.
10x this shit, please. 10x this, please. So
dude,
it's so yeah.
I'll give you my top 5.
Got it. Let's go.
Assen EMX.
Oh yeah.
Bring up the clip.
Dude,
Would there be any? 14 years old.
15.
15.
I was 14 for most of the year.
And shout out to Griff on this one. This is Griff. Griff got
you
this one.
remembered this.
Oh, yeah, bro. You think you have autism? That motherfucker has autism, bro.
Dude.
He has full-blown moto autism, and it's the best thing ever.
Dude, I had like a 26 waist.
No way.
Like my pants were a 26.
That is unreal. Look at this.
Like if you see like, look how it's hard to see. It's black,
you're
but
tiny, bro.
You can see like my. I mean, I don't have big legs to begin with, but my weight, like my hips and legs.
How cool is this track?
It was sick. I loved sand. I like because sand. It wasn't a strength thing there. It wasn't. It was how fit you can be and how much you can flow.
Yeah.
If you could flow, then you could do well.
Like that.
Yeah. That's.
Was this just Roy's Road vibes?
Nah, this was deeper because they just brought it in. It's so deep.
Yeah,
I had
there's
so
no
much
base.
fun. I was thriving. I was 15 years old. I'm like, thought I was king shit.
Dude,
Like,
pretty.
it was fun. Like that like single jump, like the double jump thing there, so much fun. Oh,
Walshy.
I hung out with Walsh so much.
He's such
When I
a
was
legend, bro.
was in Europe. I'd hang out with him and Jeremy Sudo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there he is. Sudo there.
That's unreal.
Those are my two guys.
So, yeah, you end up 15, smoking literally everybody. Massive lead.
Yeah,
And
1-1 too. I
Yeah,
was-
1-1. So this
I
was
was stoked.
probably... Look at the little
I
fella.
was tiny. I still had baby fat on my
Well,
face.
obviously got to start off with a perfect start. Got
And I struggled
third
with
on the
English.
start, and then just stayed behind Dylan Walsh. And
You honestly haven't changed much, bro.
ended up finding my flow. I got Dylan.
Yeah, I still struggle with
I stayed
English.
a little bit.
It's hard.
I didn't want to stay too long behind.
It's
That's
hard.
not what I was saying, but that's kind of true too.
But I found a spot where he made a
I love that.
mistake.
So that's number 5.
Getting him
Okay.
Number 4, A2 made you famous.
Oh, like 2020, like my crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. I sent like I think I got known for like just sending it, not caring.
So that to me, so this is why it's number 4 for me. That to me told the sport who you were.
Yeah.
In one whoop section or one main event, that sport, like you told the sport, I'm Jett Lawrence. This is
Yeah.
what I'm about. And if you want to be one of my fans, this is what you can expect. And I just feel like
Gosh, I still wish I won this.
it's almost better that you didn't. Like,
Oh,
I just
dude.
feel like this created an absolute legend this night, dude.
Yeah, but do you know how badly I messed it up? I had an 11-second lead, and then
You
I
cooked it, dude.
cartwheeled on the double before, and then my throttle got dirt jammed in it, so my throttle was getting stuck on. Remember I was wheeling off the Dragon's back
Yeah.
in the whoops.
Oh, dude.
Dude, there was just bodies this week. Poor Geico had bodies this weekend. We had obviously Craig was fine. Thankfully, Christian, he was okay. I'm pretty sure, but his bike was mangled up.
Wow, Faulkner, another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think like this main event, it just told.
See
yeah,
there.
there you go.
That's where I messed up because that's when.
and you
I
had
got
another one. It wasn't a crash, but like you were still fine.
Yeah, I had that. Then this. This
Yeah.
one was what? Yeah.
Full goon ride, bro. You had the biggest lead.
And then all I had to do was commit to this. If I would have committed, I would have been fine. But
Yeah.
I was being soft. I should have committed to it.
well, you were 10.
Yeah. And then I'm
And
just
just
like,
look
you
at
know
this
what?
one too. Just
That-
like fuck whoops.
And then this is how much I don't know about block passing. I just barely hit him, and then I'm like, click 5th gear, go, and I just got back, and then I honestly was gonna. If that double wasn't there, I would have been fine. I think I could have rode it out, honestly. But
could have wrote it out.
yeah,
So that to me, iconic. That
Yeah.
is just start of your career. Just letting everyone know what you're about.
that helped start my relationship with my girlfriend.
Really?
She was at that race with her dad, and
No way.
Yeah, she's like, I like this kid. This kid's got balls, and and not too long after, I think she followed me, and then like, we were like friends for like 3 years almost before even starting a date.
No
like,
way.
So
Shout out Dylan.
yeah, oh Dill Pickle, she's the best.
Love that.
Yeah.
So that's my number 4. All right, number 3. I'm like dramatic about my fucking picks too. Everything's just got some deep story meaning. SMX LA final race. Let me set this up. Before
I
we
forgot
play
about that,
But before we roll the tape, this is why this one's important, right?
Okay.
Because you come in first 450 Supercross, like SMX
Style.
championship deal, right? All of these dudes have a chance to stop you, right? There's a trainer coming, and all of these guys had a chance to throw something on the tracks.
Yeah.
And then in this second moto, with the way that the format is set out,
Yeah.
you've got Chase, you've got Kenny, and you've got yourself that can win the title, right? Chase is going to another team the next year.
Yeah.
Needs to stop you. Like, this was just like
Stop
the most
momentum.
Yeah, this was the most pivotal Supercross race for Chase's future.
Yeah.
And the same as Kenny, right?
Yeah.
And so they both had a chance to shut you down, and they both had a chance to stop the historical story that is now Jett Lawrence. And they were beating you, and then you find a line in the main event that no one else is doing. That was sketchy as fuck, bro.
It was such a that was a flex. I flexed that for so many years.
So this shit was gnarly, dude.
So this
the
is
kit
like-
was fire.
Yeah, the kit was sick. The 60th anniversary for Alpine Star. That's like my like of actually doing something, like not doing something cool is the wrong way. Like my perk scene was sick, but physically doing an obstacle that was sick.
Yeah.
I have that
That
one.
is James Stewart shit, right?
Yeah,
there.
that one, and then my my Quint or 5 at A1.
Yeah. That
Those
was
those are my two favorite like
that was
jumps I
disgusting.
did. They were like that. Obviously, other people did this, but no one did the 5. Where I was like, yeah, boy.
So that to me, I think, is one of the biggest moments in your
Yeah.
career. Because if you don't win this, like Chase wins that title, he probably goes to KTM with like a completely different mentality.
Yeah.
And then Chase crashes his fucking brains out
Yeah.
in this
poor-
race as
poor
well.
guy.
And then
Dude, I felt when I'm telling you, like, when I came over that single and I saw the yellow, like when I came down that hill and I saw the yellow flags, my like heart sunk. So I'm just like, because I like Chase. Chase is a good kid. Like, I'm saying kid like I'm older than him. Like, a good guy. Like, I like anytime I've seen him, I'll chat with him a bit, and he's super nice. Him and his dad, Kia. I always talk to Kia about fishing. And I was just like, oh, damn it. I felt bad for the guy.
But yeah, so I think, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I was like, and I seen him there, and I'm like, oh no. Like when I was coming back, I was just like, I was shaking my head, so I'm just like in disbelief. I'm like, no, please don't be bad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, and if you crash there, you know it's a huge crash.
yeah,
Oh, he just was crashing the whole time as soon as he left
dude,
up.
he moved the dirt. He's
look
so
at that.
tough. He's such a tough guy. Like Chase is a tough dude.
So there, that kills me.
Like
That
I
puts
think
me out.
even me, I think that would put. I would
you'd-
break a shoulder.
You're fucking done at that point. There's no chance.
Anyway, like Chase is so buff and just such a strong lad that honestly saved him from doing any worse. Obviously, he hit his head. You can't fully train your head to get muscle, but like him being how strong he is, that saved him from being like injured really bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was so bummed. My heart sunk when I seen. I'm like, oh, no.
So that's number 3. Number 2, you've already talked about 2025 Parlor.
Yep.
I just think that for all of the obvious reasons.
Yep.
And then the perfect season. So well, I think, kind of ended
Similar.
similar. A couple of note you talked about Motocross Nation's debut. That was also
Oh
epic.
yeah.
One of this might be
Oh, I forgot.
what?
Nations, the first Australian one.
I wondered if you put that in there.
I forgot about. Dude, this is what I mean. Like, there's two. I needed
That's a
time to
lot.
think about it. Like,
Yeah.
I forget because we've done. Like, I've got to do so much like sick shit with like
Yeah.
with people, and then obviously myself as well. Like, so yeah, like Nation's the first one, first and second. They're both like equally as sick because the first one was like, fine.
Finally.
Like, we got one for Australia. The first one. Then
Yeah.
the second one was just like the domination.
Yeah.
Hunter rode better than I did that weekend. I think I was like mentally checked out from SMX.
Yeah.
I was like checked out that whole week. Like I did not want to go racing, but
That's
the
fair.
only thing that was making me go racing was for Australia. I'm like, I got to do it for Australia. Like, one more weekend, you know? And, yeah, that one was so, like, dominant. Obviously, Hunter going 1-1.
Webster just putting in two dog
He
rides.
saved us.
Yeah.
He saved us. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, Hunter and I, we were meant to go do what we do. We knew we were going to go do what we did. Though, obviously, Kyle, he had the most pressure at it. Everyone.
Of
in
the
whole
entire
paddle.
sport.
In the entire sport.
Yeah.
That weekend, he had the most pressure because he's got, like, me and Hunter, like, we went to absolute war and outdoors together.
Yeah,
of
1-2
going
in the
1-2 almost
championship.
every weekend and got 1-2 in the championship. And now he's like, all right, like, I gotta step up. He did so good. Like,
Yeah. Normally
he did-
races a 450.
and he made it harder because he crashed twice in the first turn. I was like, dude, when I was sitting back at the truck watching, I was like, oh my God, like, bro, come on, no, go. Like, I was like, oh, damn it. And then, dude, he rode crazy. He's
Ridiculous.
He's passing world top athletes, passing him on a 250. And some of the guys were on 450s that are outpowered on a horsepower track.
Yeah. And he normally rides a 450.
And that.
His wife was 8 months,
pregnant
8 months
at the
and
time.
28 days pregnant.
Yeah. Sorry,
So he
Mrs.
was-
Webster.
So yeah, he like
keeping him.
he put his whole life into that. Raced home for the baby. Like
Yeah.
just he's the best. He's the
He's so
nicest,
nice.
like biggest.
I told him
legend
he
of a
shouldn't,
dude.
like, after I'm like, you should name the kid 2025 Nations. After winning, like, I think, and I don't know if Hunter thought this, but definitely for me as well, I'm like, I got to do the best I can because he's spending time away from his kid right now.
Yeah.
I want to win this so badly
him.
for him, so then he's not away for no reason.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it was sick. I think even for him that's going to be a special moment.
Dude.
You know, before my kid's birth, I went and won at the
Laid
laid wood in Ironman with the world's best in the world at motocross.
Yeah.
And we won.
Dude,
Like, so sick.
I legitimately shed a tear the first year.
Really?
We were sitting on the couch watching. We got up early. We got off in. I don't think it was live the second motos, right?
No, I woke up to it.
Oh, you woke up to it? Yeah, okay. But anyway, I just remember sitting on the couch.
Doesn't have the attention span for it.
Yeah, he's got TikTok brain.
Yeah.
First scroll on Instagram, got the photo on the channel and trophy, and was just like, yes.
Oh,
So good. I was, dude, on that, I was like so amped, but at first I was like so pissed because I got second. Like I came back and I was
guys
I was so
yeah.
pissed. I was like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, you rode me then like this was for a championship. You didn't do that all year for a championship? You're going to do it to me? I'm like, oh my God. And I came from like 16th. I came back and went through all of it. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. But
last corner.
last corner, I'm like,
So savage.
I was so pissed. I was so mad. But then I'm like, okay, yeah, we won, so that's good. Like, but
Yeah,
that was sick on.
That was a dope moment.
Yeah,
I just
and I got to bring Dylan to that as well.
Oh,
it was the
sick.
first overseas trip with her.
Wow.
Brought her with me to the UK. So it was like, it was sick. It was like it's like a flex. Like
I was gonna say that is a flex.
that is a flex. Like anyone kind of like, what was like your best like memory? Brought my chick to brought my boo to the UK and won a
world title
title.
in front of her.
yeah.
We won the thing?
Yes! It's 26 points for Australia, the USA on 29.
Oh, that gear too, bro.
Yeah, that gear was sick. Our nation's gear has always been so hard.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember-
Hurling's the bullet. He's so sick too.
I was literally like had some tears in my eyes, and then my wife is just like, "What the
What are you
fuck
doing?
is wrong with you, dude?"
It's
I'm
5 a.m. Why
I'm
are you
like,
crying at a
just-
TV?
Just trust me, this is a big moment for us.
You wouldn't understand.
Been
how
trying
many,
my whole life.
You wouldn't understand how many times it's been just again and again, so close but failed. Like
I know. Mossy
So-
almost got it done. Chad
Yeah.
almost burner.
we had so many. So our best one was third.
Third.
And then
Yeah.
we matched it the first year.
Yeah.
Well, my first year. Second year, second. It was just trending that way. It was just trending. We went third, next year, second. The only way to go was, it would have been, obviously, it is failure in our eyes if we got second, but the only way was first that weekend. And it was a difficult track. And I was like, yeah, we're going to get it.
Yeah,
we're going to get it.
So I actually got scammed recently on a credit card, which was a nightmare to deal with. A dude in the UK bought $3,000 of Lego, believe it or not, and some Nando's. So I had to cancel the card, I had to wait for a new one, I had to dispute the charges, the whole deal. And this was the second time it happened to me. And it really just made me realize how important proper security is when it comes to anything to do with your money. And this is why I started using Cash App, which was awesome when they reached out and decided to help us out on the podcast. Your security deserves to be a priority, and Cash App treats it that way. With Security Lock, Cash App requires a successful Face ID or biometric authentication to access your account. It's like your money is protected by your own personal bodyguard, even if your phone is lost or stolen. Plus, if you're about to send money to someone new and Cash App notices something looks a bit off or that you might be falling for a scam, it will send you a warning before the money is sent to confirm that everything looks right. Turn on Security Lock in your Cash App settings today and pay attention to scam warnings to keep your money safe. Learn more at cash.app/security. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code SECURE10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank. Member FDIC. Discounts and promotions provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. And then notable mention that didn't make my list. Maybe this is, it probably doesn't get into Eli's top moments, but San Diego last year.
That was a cool one.
You and Eli.
Yeah.
Just like finally, and look, I'm as pissed as you would be that you didn't win that main event.
Yeah.
To get passed by Eli Tomac in the sand around the outside.
Dude.
Gotta almost feel good.
So the biggest thing I'm pissed about actually is that I did the lap before. They didn't catch it on camera, but I did that to him the lap before. I railed that outside and dude smoked around the outside. And then my dumbass goes the inside, and then of course they catch that on
and that just
on
is
camera,
iconic,
and I'm just
bro.
such an iconic thing. And I see the edits, Eli going beast mode, and I'm like, they show that pass, I'm like, fuck, I did it the lap before, like trust me, like we just didn't get on camera, but that one was such a fun one. So I chased him. I just couldn't find an exact spot where I could get him. Like I had some that I had an idea, but I couldn't get close enough. Like we both were going, we're going good. Like I mean, we went through everyone.
Yeah.
At the time, like
I remember thinking that was when I left that race. That was one of the first times I've ever watched a Supercross race, and I thought the bike made a big difference.
Yeah.
So I feel like your bike was at 90% and his bike was at 95%. And that was the difference.
I don't even know if my bike was at 90%. Because we were going through we were trying different parts.
Oh, that was the first. Yep.
And we were trying different things, and it still wasn't where we wanted. It was better. Where it got really, really good was like where I felt like I was at 90 would have been Arizona. Arizona, A2 is a little less than there, like, because I remember whenever my bike feels good, I feel like I do really, really good in qualifying. And then, sometimes I make qualifying work. But, like, I think qualifying when I do it by a good gap, like.
That's when your bike's good.
Yeah. Like, so I think Arizona, I was a second faster than second place. And I think my first 3 times were faster.
Yeah.
So I was like, that was like the fun of the bike feeling pretty decent. But that race with Eli was a sick one. I had fun. Like I actually genuinely liked that race, and like I couldn't even though I got second, I couldn't be that you can't be that mad. Like, dude, I rode good at the start. I made my pass, but I wasn't quick enough to hit that line again. I thought I just followed Malcolm, and he was smart enough to take the line. You got me there last lap. I'm going to go there now. And then I hooked onto some of his lines that were better. Then he had some other better lines. My lines I had that are like better. And then some of them I didn't change too quick enough. Like after when you go across the start straight, left.
He was so fast in the right.
The first right, he was like, we were the same, but that next left, he was just skipping. Where I was exiting, he was going in basically, and then railing that end part that no one was touching. And because it was just loose stuff. Like that's what I mean. Like he's really good at that. When it has that little bit of loose, he can just and go. Did he have to paddle that weekend too?
Probably.
So it was a fun one. I like it was hard not to smile at that one. I enjoyed it. It was good racing. Yeah, I lost, but I mean, you're not gonna win everything. And like I said, I went up and I had to go. I'm like, dude, that was fun. I had a lot of fun.
That's what I loved. I love that moment because I feel like he took some of your shit the wrong way the first year.
Yeah.
Probably created a thing that just like wasn't there.
Yeah. I mean, you understand how I am with my words. Like I've said, English is hard. Sometimes I deliver it really, really badly.
I always tell people, and it's like my favorite joke, is like you're the terrible buck speech guy.
Yeah.
You're like, you remember that time in Vegas? And everyone's like, Jett, shut up. You can't tell that story.
Yeah.
That's like most of your most of your brain
in serious moments.
Yeah.
In serious moments. Or like in the wrong moments.
I just love that you guys had that moment.
Yeah.
Because
it was cool.
That's a very cool moment.
That was like the first one where it was like, not broke the ice, but like where it was more of like, hey, like, so I don't know if it was like, I don't know if they think I respect them in a way, which I was like, I do. Like, I respect you. I respect Chase. I respect Kenny. I respect Cooper. I respect everyone out there, you know? And like, I think that was when it was like, dude, no, that was fun. Like, I had a blast. You rode unreal. And it's like, I know, like, when I'm feeling, because I was feeling good that night. And I'm like, when I'm feeling good, I know I'm hard to beat. Like, it's difficult. And dude, you made it difficult for me, like, to try and actually make a pass. And I loved it. Like, I love learning. Like, I like to get, obviously I'm not saying I like to get beat, but like, I like when I have things I can work on is the right way to say it. When I can go back and go, all right, this week I'm going to work on this.
Yeah, like a win or you learn kind of
deal. And I think that's what I am. All right, I watched that video. I watched that main event so many times after, because I'm like, okay, what's the signs that he picked up where he goes, I'm gonna change it here. Where am I gonna go there? So it was cool. And I think that's when like we finally started to get like not a decent relationship, but we're like, he understood like, dude, I respect the absolute shit out of you. Like, you're a legend in this sport for a reason, and I respect you for that. I've said some dumb shit that's came across wrong, but didn't mean it came out wrong for what I was actually meaning at the time. But so yeah, it was cool. It was a cool moment.
I love that one. So another gnarly moment that was difficult to watch was you deciding that you were going to go scorched earth on the last SMX Moto last year, and seeing Hunter about to win that fucking championship.
I know.
And then you just decide with 5 minutes to go, like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm actually going to win this race.
I know.
That was gnarly to watch.
That one, so, like, yeah, like, it's just, that one was a tough one because I know Hunter wanted it bad and he was under the weather and I felt so guilty. It was just like, it was almost like having a ice cream in a kid's face and going, you want this? And then there's like, they're like, no. But then last minute, like, yeah, you like, too bad. Like I felt so damn bad where like, I didn't know how to react after. Like, I think you could have seen that. Like I was kind of, my mind was going through so many things. I was confused so much, like, of what the right reaction was. Cause I'm like, I feel really, really bad for Hunter. So I'm like, dude, that could have been his first 450 championship. Dude, the bonus is massive. Sissy can get a Birkin maybe. But like, he could go get his watches or a car. But like, I was I was confused on that one. But yeah, that one was sick because it was like that similar thing to the first SMX, like that point where I'm just like,
I have
fuck
to do
it.
this.
I'm either crashing or I'm gonna pull it off. And I was trying hard for a long time, for a very, very long time. I was pushing, and they were still holding, and then it just got to some point where they dropped off a little bit on their lap time. I just kept sanding, like my wrist was so sore the next day because I was just sending that one double out the back just to flat. Like I was like just wouldn't shut off. I was like probably third gear tapped.
Wedged on a 450.
Just hopefully no one's on the down ramp. Like, and when I got Eli, I was like, yes. And when I was finished line, yes. And then I'm like, oh shit. No, Hunter, I felt so bad. I was like, yeah.
But
It was sick though. It was still a sick moment, but obviously sucked for HJ because I was bummed for him.
But it's yes, on 100%. But it's also very special as a fan to see you go through those emotions and to see, because you can't fake those emotions, right?
No.
And then those emotions show how much you guys care
Yeah.
and how much love there is. And
Dude, we're brothers.
yeah,
And we're racing at the pinnacle of the sport. Like,
yeah,
you don't think we're like we have emotions. We're each other's best friends. Like, and you don't think I'm gonna I want him to win. I want to win too. Like it's a difficult situation, but you give us 5 minutes after, and we're fine. Like we get to and he's obviously set that standard from the get go. He goes, if I beat him, he beats me. He set the boundary of, dude, I don't give a shit what you do, what you get. If you beat me badly, if I beat you badly, this doesn't change once we leave the track, that doesn't change our regular life. We're still brothers. We're brothers before this sport. We're brothers after it. So don't make this shit wreck that for us for our lifetime, you know? So it's he helps a lot, and I think that's what's created makes it for me harder when it's and because I could have let up. I honestly could have let up. And at one point I thought of it, of dude, I'm not catching. But then I'm like, he's going to be more pissed if he knows that I let up and he won it because I kind of went, you know what, let him win it, you know? That he's going to be way more pissed. He'd rather beat me when it's me giving my best and he beats me straight up, you know? And so I think I was in a mental warfare battle with my thoughts mid-moto because I caught a bit and then remember I kind of lost a bit of ground.
yeah.
So I was like,
It just didn't look like it was going to happen.
No, I'm like, dude, this ain't happening. I'm not catching him. Shit, I'm not going to get him.
And Eli is the guy that you
I had to get Eli.
It's probably not.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, I was thinking, I'm like, gosh, do I let him have it? Dude, it'll be sick. I'll let him have it. And then I'm like, nah, I can't. What's the name? Just lost his championship. And Joe won.
Yeah.
I can't leave my streak. And I'm like, nah, I won't be able to live with myself. And I know he'll be pissed at me too. He probably won't talk to me for a month. Honestly, if I said I let you or anything, I think he'd be mad. More mad than me beating him. So I'm like, I gotta win. I gotta win. So then I'm just like, all right, safety out.
Yeah.
Upper gear, wrist south.
Oh, fuck. That must have been a wild little...
Yeah.
To be inside your helmet for those couple minutes to make that call.
Yeah, it was... It was a difficult decision, but once I made it, I fully committed. And I mean, I think I got to see some videos and I was curious after because I was pushing hard. So I'm normally never on the rev limit where I was
yeah,
I had times where I wasn't shutting off that going to the back section into that turn.
Yeah.
Oh, I was pushing that hard where my SMX stuff's obviously stiffer than my outdoor stuff. but
Softer than the Supercross.
softer than Supercross. But I was coming in that hard that my SMX stuff felt like moto stuff.
Really?
I was pushing it.
Well, there was one.
And I overheated my bike. Like
Really?
I like pushed it to the max. Like, because we have a light on our Get ECU, like we have a kill switch, and it'll come up. The kill switch, then we have our Get like kind of
on the
Game Boy thing,
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
on the side
yeah.
that we can pick different maps, start map and stuff like that, and it'll come with this like amber light on there if the bike's getting
hit you
hot.
with that Amber Alert.
Yeah, exactly with the amber alert, and I'm like, I honestly, I on a jump I saw the light, and I honestly went, "Fuck you!" I'm still going. Like, I need to get this, and it was breaking a little, and then this one lap I just went right up, and then like I got to a second, and I'm like, I got you. I'm like, okay, I got this now. I'm like, it went from like worrying if I can catch him and make a pass, and I was like, all right, I know I can. Like once I caught, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah.
How was that one? There was one turn. Was it the right hander in the sand? And there was one lap where you were just like, you laid it over. The thing was flat, standing up. The bike was like basically flat, and you just like put a foot out, save
That
it.
was 24 Vegas.
Oh, was that the year
It was the
before?
left-hander. Remember we'd go like
Yeah.
past the mechanics over that single back, and it would drop in. It would be like a split section because there was an
Yeah.
inside single, and there was like a little berm that they prepped up. And yeah, I remember it grabbed my fork guard because I had it laid over so much. It grabbed the fork lug at the bottom, and it pulled. So I'm like, that did quickly.
That was insane. I thought it was that same year.
Yeah.
That night though, so this will get us onto Hunter.
Yeah.
So that night, I remember I watched it at home. I was in Australia, and I was like, fuck, I feel like losing that race changed the molecules inside of Hunter Lawrence's body.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Motocross of Nations, and for that day
Puts on a clinic.
is by far the best
best dude.
motocross rider
In the world.
on planet Earth.
He rode so good that day. Like, so damn good. And I was so happy. But I think I felt like, because I've spoken about it with Hunter, and I think he said in an interview before, he said the year before in 24 when he tied on points with me, he's like, and he was second, he's like, dude, I was stoked. I was happy. Like, I just tied with the guy who's been demolishing everyone. Like, that's sick. I just tied with him. Then the next year, he was like had a chance to obviously beat, like he had that wrapped up for like, what?
Most of
19 minutes of the motor, 19 minutes, 18 minutes of the motor, and then the last 2 laps, it flipped. Like, so I think that really flicked a switch, and he's just like, no, I can beat this guy. And he was under the weather too. Like, you can't forget that. Under the weather. And he was like, nah, I'm like, he can beat me. When Hunter, like on training days, we are tied, like, and there's some days where he's better than me. Like, he's that good. And now that everyone's seeing it now, like, he can be a bad motherfucker. He always has been. It's just, I think we weren't struggling, but it's just like, for me, I'm just like, dude, like, you do shit better than me during the week. Where, like, sometimes I just didn't see it on the weekend, and I'm like, dude, you can do it. And I think he was just like, you know what, like, I don't know if he had that mentality of like, obviously I don't know his head, and what he thinks, but like, I don't know if he's like, I just want to be here every race. I'm just going to be here, podium. That's all I'm going for. And then if the win's there, you know. I'm not sure it was like that, but where now he's just like,
It's
it's
switched.
just like I think especially after like the first win, he's just like a switch is going, nah, fuck you, I'm winning. Like I was bummed because I was bummed at Daytona because I think he could have won. He could have won that for sure. The bike was not the setup.
Yeah.
And it sucks because obviously that's not an excuse. It is a little bit, but it's like on that track, it's really, really helpful to have a good bike, especially on that when there's dark spots you can't see, there's black holes, there's edges, there's kickers. Like, you want your bike to feel good, and you got deep sand. And that weekend, it was just like this. So like you imagine go to the standing, you're like this, and like, you couldn't do a lot of things. So that one, and then I think that riled them up. Then next week, and they did testing, and then was it Daytona, then Indianapolis, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was stoked. I was so amped because I was like, he obviously got screwed by the lapper in the second one. I'm like, fuck, like my shitty math says we need Eli to finish 2 positions behind.
Yeah.
But then when they showed it was like they were both on 7 points and he would win. I'm like, oh, I was wrong. I was texting Dylan at the time. I'm like, I was
You're like,
watching.
never mind.
I'm like, never mind. My math is wrong. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, never mind. Don't worry about my math. I was trying to be smart for a second. Didn't work out. And he, then that last one, did Eli? He
passed Eli.
He passed Eli, didn't he?
Did Hunter passed
he
Eli
passed-
in the last moto? Was it on the step on, like after you crossed past the mechanics and he went around?
I don't think so.
Was that?
I think he whole shot. He whole shot, and Eli was there from the get go, but they were ripping.
No, we're talking about Indy. Sorry, bro. So, but do you think? So he goes, hey, has that loss at Vegas, and then we go to Motocross of Nations, and he's the fucking man.
Yeah,
and then
G.
you go out with the injury at the very start
of
the season. So like, it's different for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
he plays it down so much, but he's just like, I think he all right, like, let's go. Like,
yeah.
Well,
but I think whether you were there or not, he was going to have that attitude this year.
I think so. But do you know I see it as this. You know, this is my take on it. I think everyone was like, once I got hurt, everyone's like, oh, the championship opened up. There's so many contenders. Like, Lawrence is not gonna win the championship. And in my mind, I'm like, you haven't been training with the other Lawrences off season. Like, he was fucking toweling me up most of the days in off season, and when he gets the bike dialed, like, you're done. And I think everyone, like, they didn't write him off, but like, I think Hunter was just like, you guys are worried about the other Lawrence. You like, he's out. You still got another one to deal with. Like, what's up? You know, like, so I think it was sick. Like, and I'm obviously picky when I'm watching him race because I'm so emotionally, like, dedicated to him and what he does and of wanting him to succeed so bad. So I'm so picky, but because like the whole joke in the first few rounds, because he nicknamed me Hot Wheels when I was on the scooter.
Yeah,
he nicknamed me Hot Wheels, and so every time I'd roll in, he's like, "What's up, Hot Wheels?" I'm like, so, and then the joke ended up coming like after a race. I'm like, Hot Wheels would have done this, and he's like, "Oh, fuck off!" Like, yeah, like the joke, like we'll be joking around about this and stuff like that. I just fucking drew a blank of where I was going.
So this is cool to talk about. So we watched A2 together.
Yeah.
In the Alpine Stars suite.
Yeah.
And we were in front of that long rhythm lane, and it was one of the coolest Supercross races I've ever watched because I got to listen to you screaming at HJ the entire time.
Yeah.
But it was so insightful.
Yeah.
So you're looking at him. So for people to maybe bring up A2 and just, I want to see them go through the rhythm section.
The long one kind of closest to
where the press box and that is.
Yeah. It would be going to
So you're
what's the name?
You're losing your shit the entire time because Hunter was not moving over to the right early enough in that, and like that's where he was losing to the left. Sorry. So you're like screaming at him the entire time.
He just pogo stick up. It was pissing me off so bad.
But this to me is just this speaks to the level that you guys can dissect a track and how hard it is to adjust in real time. Beast of a start.
Yeah.
Fuck, I forgot Chase was riding.
Yeah, Chase, dude. That's not obviously. I'm gonna get hammered for ifs or buts. It's still the end result. But if Faulkner didn't fucking move,
yeah, that's
like,
right.
if he moved out of the way when a blue flag was shown for Hunter, I think he could have. I'm not saying he would have won, but I think he would have pressured Chase.
Yeah, that he was making a charge.
Because he was catching.
Right. Oh, no, not this one.
Not this one. A few rhythms after. But yeah, so they'd go 3 on off and then hit that big one, that 5-footer to go triple again. And he was hitting it in the middle. And I would watch all of them, Eli, Chase, go on the far left.
So yeah,
he was left there. Like he did
See
there.
Chase?
But Chase has really good legs to scrub like through things.
Yeah.
Like similar, like has those longer legs like I do to like really.
You get
push
more
through 'em.
leverage over the bike.
Yeah, but and it was pissed me off because I'm like, dude, just go
The
a
simplest
foot to
adjustment.
go a foot to the left and scrub. You say scrub? No, scrub to the right. Oh, no, whip to the left, basically. Whip to the left. I'm like, I think that'll help flow through that and not get anyone close, you know?
But just it was so cool to watch the level at which you could dissect the track.
Yeah.
And just, I mean, I wish, like, it'd be cool to film that one day just to, like, maybe it just wouldn't come across, but just, like, the
I don't
passion
know.
and the love that you have for your bro in these moments.
Yeah.
Wonder if
It's
this
either
one-
that or I'm going to get told I swear too much.
And then you just say you're Australian like I do.
Yeah. It's bad.
But the cool thing is, so yeah, it's just like you were so invested in it and your focus was so on
Yeah.
Hunter. And it's like for another guy in your position, like the top dude of the sport, if James in his prime, he gets hurt, he's not coming to the track. He's not putting all of his focus on helping his brother win. And
Yeah.
so I think Hunter, at the start of this season, Anaheim was a championship ride. A1. You know, they
Yeah.
say like you can't win it at the first race, but you can lose it. Dude, he could have passed Ando, probably the whole main, but just didn't risk it.
He just
was
like,
like,
he's
it's
just
top
hard to
5.
pass. He just knows how not to get past, especially when he gets tired. He goes slower, and then he
Makes
just
it
rides
harder.
a wide bus. Like there's just some guys that you just struggle to pass. They know how to ride a wide bike, and it just gets difficult, you know. So I think, yeah, I mean, I think we know how his reputation is of what obviously the previous had with him and Hunter. So it's like Hunter does want to pass him and give him an opportunity to do that because we don't know if he's going to do the same or if he's calmed down at least. And
So that makes me think he's thinking of the championship from round 1.
yeah,
And
I
then-
think that's all he goes for. I honestly think he's more set. Everyone says no one remembers who exactly won every single race.
Unless
But-
you win every single race.
Yeah, unless you sing race.
And
race.
then
But
and then you do.
no one remembers a certain time who person that wins this race.
Yeah.
But they're for sure gonna remember, oh yeah, this person won this championship in this year. Like
Yeah.
they're gonna remember the champion who won that season, you know? So I think in his mind he just has that and it's like I'm just focused on winning the championship. And I think he has a really, really good chance of winning it. I hope I'm praying every day I want him to win that so damn badly. Like I want him to win it more than
You want to win another one.
Like I want him to win it so damn bad.
So he goes there, he gets 5th or 4th in the end. Yeah.
Fourth, he goes 4-2-2-2.
Yeah. So then he goes to San Diego and has a chance
To win.
to win and make it very aggressive. It would be his first win.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that I think is very impressive about Hunter's season is that the pressure. And so like when we're doing our like, who's going to win? I'm like, Hunter hasn't won a race yet.
Yeah.
So I want Hunter to win the championship
Mm-hmm.
as an Aussie and as a fan and as a friend.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say Hunter's going to win the championship because he hasn't won a race.
Yeah.
You've got a dude that's won.
Well, if you got
you got
just
a
go
dude
off
that's won
facts.
50 of them.
Yeah, you got like you just go off like factual stuff. You're not gonna. It's like I mean, what's the best? I don't even know how to really explain it. Like I mean, when you're investing in stuff, you're not gonna go in a place that's been going down nonstop. Like
Well, it's not like Hunter has, but it's like when you've got Coops won 3 titles.
you
Chase
have
has won.
champions
You've
in
got
their
those
previous
guys.
that have multiple wins. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna go like especially if you're betting.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to pick the one that makes the most sense to you, the one that looks the best, and go, you know what, that's gonna happen. Like where
But so,
after a couple wins now, Hunter may be that guy. He probably is that guy now where he can.
exactly.
Makes it easier to put money on him.
Yeah. So that's the thing, right? And so he comes into the season with 0 wins, but a championship contender.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are calling him a championship contender. What's the one thing that everyone says? Doesn't have a 450 Supercross race win.
Yeah.
So pressure. So that's the setup.
Yeah. I got it now. Like,
so that's the setup of the pressure that he's under.
yeah.
And then he gets second. And then he gets second. And then he gets second.
Dude,
and
it was pissed me off so much. Like, I want him. I'm harsh because like I want him to win so bad, and he gave me so much shit about it. Because I'll be like, tell him like, dude, you need to do this, and he's like, shut the fuck up. You're just like everyone else. You're just like a bench racer. You're just seeing it and just trying to say what to do. Like, you don't know. I'm like, yeah, I know somewhat. Like, but I'm like, dude, I just want him so bad. And he's like, dude, I'm fucking trying. Like, it's not like I'm just doing it for fun. I'm like, you know, I like getting second. He's like, I'm trying. I'm like, I know, but he's like, no, but like, I'm trying. It'll happen. I'm like, I know. It's just.
But I love that he didn't rush it.
No.
So I think, again, that's like championship mentality.
Yeah.
So like, think about the position, the pressure to win your first race, right? And it's literally all anyone's talked about when it comes to Hunter for this year. So he's trying to think championship. Everyone else is talking race wins.
Race win,
yeah. So then he's in second and he sees a big orange number 3 right there, like could almost take the dude out to get his first win just to shut everyone up. Doesn't. Makes the right call. Then he gets another second, another second.
It's the gentleman thing to do.
Well, and it's a championship mindset as well.
Yeah, like we're not here to, like, in my mind, this is what I think about it. In my mind, if, let's say he was going to go take out Eli, puts him on the ground and wins, that's just lazy. That's lazy. Like, that is such lazy work. And that's why, like, I don't like takeouts because you were just being a lazy person because you go, if I go to take your front wheel out and you crash, you can't do anything back. You're not going to pass me back. It's a lazy way to do it.
What about Zach Osborne, Joey Savacci?
That's different. That's different.
Glad
that's
we're on
different.
the same page. All right.
Obviously, sorry, let me be more specific. Like, there's different reasons.
You said all you need to say. That's fine. I get that.
Different
because that
occasions.
One I'm fine with.
Yeah, there's different occasions for some things. But, like, if you're, like, just in a race and there's, like...
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what
you don't take someone out. You didn't beat them.
You
didn't beat anyone.
Round 3 or round 2, you don't need to clean out Eli Tomac.
No.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't better than no one when you take someone out. If you can beat them consistently without taking them out,
then you're better.
Yeah. Like, because, like, even I spoke with Daz, like, cause we talked about, obviously, his first win. Like, that one was so good because that one, he actually beat them.
He won that race.
It wasn't like he whole shot and then just rode around. Like,
Eli got a bad start. Coop was kind of caught up in something.
They were back in mid-pack. Like, it wasn't like, it's not like he lucked out and that's not beating. You just won that race. You just had an easy race, you won it, which, I mean, we love him because they're easy, calmful nights, but he came through and he actually beat them. Like, especially with Coop. Coop owns
that stadium.
Yeah, he owns that place, so he's had an unreal record there. Like,
oh, that's not the best start either.
Yeah,
made that work, dude. Yeah, all 4 of the big boys were up there, and 20-minute main event. So nothing crazy. Massive ass whoop section. Track was beat to shit. Yeah,
dude, I'm surprised he was doing the quad too.
Yeah, that quad.
Dude,
was sick.
was. He's not much of like the big center on quads, so like when he did, I was like, oh shit! Like I was like, hell yeah! And he had like, and that whole day he had like a kind of mediocre day, didn't he? Like in qualifying, it wasn't like, didn't he qualify 9th?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It wasn't great. So I was already like, I'm so quick with like emotions of like,
he's done.
God, we're done. We're not even qualifying.
Put it in the van.
And he knows. I'm like, what are we doing? He's like, dude, it doesn't even matter. Like, he knows how I am. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That's funny.
But then, race time, you can't count him out. Like he's just a racer. Like he races so good.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is just huge for him in his career, you know.
Oh,
And
so
like you
stoked.
said, it's not just the first win; it's the way that he won. You've got Ken Roxon, one of the best dudes to
Yeah.
ever ride a
Especially
dirt
like
bike.
counter passing as well.
Yep. Then you got Coop, 3-time champ. Eli,
Enough.
2-time champ. Second
Yeah.
all-time. You know, so
It's-
this was such a massive step in his career.
Yeah.
And so, what do you think? Everyone, like, it's easy to say, okay, you win one, and then it makes all the rest of them easier. Is that actually true? Like, when you win your very first race, does it just unlock a level in your brain, and until you do it, it's different?
I think you know it's like you just know what's needed. Like, I think for me, it was like trying to get my first win. I was doing so much, doing this, doing that. And then once I got it, it was just a simple race. Like, it was nothing crazy. I did this, did that. Like, I think it's like once you understand what you need to do to win a race, then you're like, okay, I just got to focus on these key things. You're like trying to think of these crazy magical ways of winning a race, and I got to do this crazy thing to win. But it's like, no, I just need to do this, do that, and like, obviously, those don't make it seem like it's that hard. Obviously, it's very hard to win a main event, but it's what helped me a lot with, like, once you win, it's kind of, you understand it a bit easier.
Yeah. So, as well, I think worth talking about is, like, I think Coop looks as good as he's ever looked on a dirt bike. I
Yeah.
think his results, those first 3 races, were kind of a bit of a struggle for him.
Yeah, I
And
think
it dug him a points hole. But in terms of his actual physical riding on the motorcycle, Coop is in fucking form right now.
Yeah, he's riding really good. I think, because I know, like, I've done it before. I think when you want it so badly, sometimes it's worse. Like, you ride, like, over. And I think knowing Cooper, like, he's obviously a friend of mine. Like, I think he wanted it so badly.
Like, you can want it too much.
You want it too much, yeah. It's like a balance you need, you know. Like, and obviously, I don't talk to Coop on a day-to-day basis and asking, like, what do you think here? What were you doing there? Because obviously, we race against each other. He's not going to tell me those things.
That's
but, like,
intel.
Yeah, that's intel. But yeah, like, I think he was just wanting, because I think he knows he can win.
Yeah,
Like,
and he probably knows he's riding the best.
Yeah, like,
that
he
he's
knows
ridden.
he knows he's capable. I mean, everyone does. But I think to me, he looked like he was wanting it too much.
Yeah.
Where I was almost screwing. Where it's like, no, Coop, just relax, like, calm down.
But I think what I was trying to sort of get at there is, like, how good Cooper's riding.
Yeah.
And then Eli, I mean, you could probably speak to this better than me, but fuck me, dude.
He's
How
riding good
good
as
does
well.
he look on that KTM?
Everyone's riding so good. Like, everyone looks good on the bike. Everyone's riding really good. Like, and that's why I'm that's why I'm so pumped, because Hunter's like, he's riding unreal.
Yeah, he's
like,
beating dudes that are riding at their
That are
best.
looking good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, Hunter's doing so good. I'm so freaking stoked for him.
Go to the last one. Go to the finish of this. He almost endos in the celebration.
Does he?
Did you see? Hands off the bars, hits the single. Oh, Slappy struggling, eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, going along there.
Those ones suck, dude.
What a gnarly whoop section. Are you pissed that you've missed some good whoop sections? Good work on that. She did. Yeah, you've missed some good whoop sections.
I don't know. I think I just miss racing in general.
Yeah, fair. All right, we'll wait for that to get alive again. But yeah, so I think just the point I'm sort of trying to make is, like, the dude is racing
So good.
like the best,
So good.
the best guys, and man, like, Eli could win his 3rd championship. Coop
can.
could win his 4th championship, and Hunter can win his 1st championship. And it's like, normally too, at this point in the championship, one of the guys actually said in the press conference, it's normally down to like a 2-horse race, and maybe it's getting a bit that way,
Yeah.
but I'm not counting.
I
Coop out.
got told, yeah, you can't Coop out. I always got told from Daytona onwards, it's like when the championship contenders take over. Like, that's when you need to be hitting your marks and hitting your laps, hitting your race wins, hitting your podiums consistently, and not making a lot of mistakes. Because, like, I did a little bit, but then I had a lull, and that's how I got
You let Coop back in.
let Coop back in to have a chance, you know, because I was at a 25-point lead, I think it was at one stage, and then it got reeled back in because I had 2 to 3. I had St. Louis, bad one.
Yeah.
Foxborough had another one where a bad start. Like, I let that get to where it was, you know, and because I was 1-1, 5th, 4th, like, and those ones you can't have from almost like here on out. Like, so, yeah, I believe in Hunter. I think when you put more pressure on him, I mean, we've seen all the last 2 Vegases. He's the only one that's been getting second behind me. So he likes pressure. I think he'll execute when it's needed. He'll go out and execute.
Right after the highly controversial SMX final in Vegas, Joe Shimoda flew his championship trophy back to his home country of Japan, and we followed him. In the second part of our 100-hour series, we spent 100 hours in Japan to do a deep cultural dive into the racing scene and followed Joe back to his hometown of Suzuka to explore his cultural roots and hang with his awesome family as he enjoyed the small amount of downtime he gets in Japan each year. To watch the full 100-hour piece, hit the link in the description or search 100 Hours with Joe Shimoda on YouTube. So, with you being injured, I think that there's another thing that people probably aren't talking about with Hunter winning this championship. So, like, double-edged sword. If you're racing, way fucking harder to win a championship. Not impossible, way fucking harder.
Yeah.
But when you're racing, you're doing double the testing, double the data, double the brains, maybe 1.5 of the brains between you and Hunter. But
Also Hunter.
yeah. But there's so much more work that you guys can get done.
Yeah.
I think about Millville Outdoors last year.
Yeah.
Hunter's bike especially was maybe one of the best setup motorcycles I've ever seen. Yours did not look as good as his.
No, I struggle. We had 2 different settings that weekend, and I struggled. So I think my forks were soft.
They look too soft.
Yeah, and down those hills it wasn't it, which we fixed it. I went to Hunter's setting in the second one, and it felt a lot better.
Yeah. But my point is that you guys get into a groove where you're working on each other's stuff and you're like building this crazy base together.
Yeah.
And I think that's a massive advantage for
1000%.
you guys. Full transparency, no egos, working towards the same goal.
Yeah.
So what makes this season even gnarlier for Hunter is that advantage is gone. Yes, he's not racing you.
Yeah.
But he's still racing Coop. He's still racing Kenny.
Yeah.
He's still racing Eli. And he's doing all of that himself now.
Yeah.
That must be really difficult given what he's been used to.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, you ask him and he'll be like, oh, like, obviously it sucks without the company, but, like, it's no different, I feel like. I mean, it's just like it's almost like when I'm there, it's just like another opinion to help, like, confirm something, which, like, he's already such a good tester with stuff where he figures stuff out on his own. He will. He's a lot, I'd say, a better tester than I am. So I was more just like a second confirmer, like a second like thing, like, yeah, felt that. Like, so I'd almost say it helps me more out than him. But I think the biggest thing is for him, like, and we've spoken about it, I think he misses more like the like I've spoken about it with Jacob, I think more so. I think he misses the company in the truck. I think in the truck banter, I think he misses most with me being there.
Yeah.
Like the racing will be whatever it'll be. I think I honestly think it's hard to say what could have been different this year if I was racing, but I still think it'd be having an unreal season so far.
I think so too, yeah. I think that he's in the points this year no matter what.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
100%.
So when it comes to the bike stuff, he's been vocal that has been hard to get it set up.
Yeah.
One thing I know from talking to you guys away from the track is I think that people would be very surprised how gnarly the testing is and how much effort. Like there was a conversation I had with Hunter at one point last year when he was like, "Oh yeah, this guy said that his bike's struggling and that he's testing, but I know for a fact that they tested for like 3 hours for one day." And he's like, "Motherfucker, we've been testing.
We're on test day
9
19.
a.m.
From 9 a.m. till dark.
Yeah,
And that's just like, we don't like it. I can tell you that. Like when we get told Dad's like, yeah, we're testing this week. We're like, fuck. No, like, because we're like, all right, well, there goes our afternoons. We can't do anything else. Like, it is strictly testing. We show up and we do full hour days. Like from when we get there at 9, we start testing and we go all the way till dark, unless we find something, which is like only happened a couple times.
So
But, I mean, that's like, but the biggest thing is like our team does that, and it's like, that's what we're doing. Like, it's not like we're pushing and they're like, oh no, like they're coming in, they're testing. Like we have a really great crew around us at HIC Honda. Like everyone's there working to support us, obviously, and matching our work ethic in, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. And they're like, all right, yeah, we got this, we got that. Like, you know, so.
which I don't think every team is like that.
Yeah, I think it's really how I think the riders set the tone on it. I feel like when we got there, we were really big on like, no, we're gonna work this bike out where you guys aren't slacking off, like, because we're putting in as much effort to get us better. You guys need to do the same.
Yeah.
Like, because there's like nights where we're like, dude, yeah, like, dude, that bike saved me. Like that bike won that race. Like that helped me. But then other times, like, no, like the rider won that one. That bike didn't help him. We need to work on this, and this, and we'll go test that week. And we'll do 2 days, or depending. It's hard during season because we'll do one full day on Tuesday and then do a shorter day on Wednesday, so we get recovered for the weekend. Because obviously the test days are so long, so we get pretty tired from it, mentally tired. But we're always, especially Daz, we're always looking to be better no matter what.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just think it's just been so cool this season to watch Hunter do what he's doing, and I honestly think it just started back at SMX. Just that switch went, and he was just like, you know what, fuck this, dude.
Yeah.
I am so over this.
Yeah.
And then Motocross Nations, and then the season, and this, it's not just the wins, like you said.
Yeah.
It's just the way.
Well, he's just
won.
been able to like really build, like just keep building. You know, like obviously, did he get hurt? Yeah, he got hurt in Supercross, right?
Yeah, shoulder.
25.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, shoulder at Tampa.
Yeah. So like since 2025, it's just been like he's just been building. Obviously, I've had this now. And he's just kept on building. And I think that's like the biggest thing that helps when you don't have any injuries. You just keep.
Yeah.
You just keep going, you know,
Stacking
and
chips.
just stacking those hours, you know, and I think that's what's really been, I think, helps him a lot, because the more he rides, the better he gets, you know, and the more hours, the more familiar he is with the bike, the more confident you are in the bike. It helps so much. So I think it's just the process it takes, honestly.
So if Hunter wins this championship, what is it about him that helped him win? What's his best attribute as a racer?
I think Hunter Lawrence in itself, as everything that he has, like that, everything that comes with him is what makes him so great on the bike, off the bike, no matter what. His mental, how he is, he can control his emotion with certain things and know when to, when not to, like ease that, and just that never die. I think that never quit. I mean, I think that's it's hard to put on one thing that like helped him win that championship. You know, like it's just I think it's just that I'm not stopping.
Is he still like, racing and brother, like all in one? Is he a dude that you look as like a leader in your life?
Yeah, of course. I got a Hunter on a lot of things. Like in life, like there's so many things. The only person when it's something with racing or anything like that, or in life, like the only person that can really understand me best and help me through that is Hunter, because he knows how I think, and we think alike. Only other athletes know how athletes think, and he's an athlete in the same sport that I'm doing, and I think he's the one I like kind of mainly go to for anything really. Like it took a bit, because like at first I didn't want to bother anyone. Like if I'm struggling anything or need any information, so I'm like, they got their stuff, like I'll just deal it by my own, or I'd tell Dylan and get that like off my chest to her or something like that, if it was ever, and she'd be like, go to Hunter, go to your parents. She's like, man, go to them, like they'll want to know. No, they got other shit on their hands, they don't need to, you know. So he's been a big help, and just like going to someone as a leader and looking up to someone.
How much different would your career be if Hunter played like ping pong or something and just had nothing to do with moto? Like, is he a massive asset in your career more than what maybe people would think?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'd say I'd still be where I'm at.
Hey, you still be the fucking man, all right? Let's just get one thing. Let's get one thing clear.
Yeah. I'd still be I think I'd still get to where I'm at, because he'd still be in my corner. But I don't know. I think I don't think about it, because I thankfully have him.
Yeah.
I don't like to think if I didn't have him, you know, because it would suck. Honestly,
it'd be so different.
It'd be so different. I don't know how I'd go on with life. Like it honestly, like even weekends, like I've told Hunter, I'm like, dude, when you retire, I'm out. Like, I ain't racing no more without you. Like, I can't go to the truck by myself and know you're not coming and racing. Like, fuck am I gonna do? Like, who am I gonna talk shit to? So, yeah, like he's just such a big part of my life, and in any moments, you know, like I get to one person I always get to experience things with, and they understand most. My dad understands a lot of it, but I feel like Hunter's going to understand it way more because he's at that level. Yep. You know, Dazzy understands it because he understands it
from a different perspective.
Yeah.
But from your exact perspective, Hunter understands it completely.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's hands down. There ain't no one else better than him as a brother. Like, I wouldn't trade him out for no one. Like, I'd go to fucking war with that motherfucker. I would go kill people with him, and he would do the same. Like, I don't care. Like, there's so many, like, I don't know. When it comes to him, if there's, obviously, he can hold his own, but, like, I'd for sure hell be there in case something, like, if I'll be there, you know? So, hey, he's that important to me where, like, I'll do anything for that motherfucker. That shithead that gives me shit, I'll do anything, man.
He got smoke, we got smoke.
Yeah. You don't like him, I don't like him.
Yeah. And you got a bunch of Chechens now that'll fuck shit up.
Yeah. I got other brothers that are Chechens now. and then Khalil. So
yeah, the squad's strong.
Yeah, we got killers. Killers on site.
Love that. So dude, we'll switch it up a little bit. Where are you at? What's the cars? Where's the, like, what's new? What's exciting away from bikes? You've had a bit of downtime. So what else is going on? New,
I think obviously my new 296 GTB. Got that. That's like the kind of SMX championship car.
So pull that up. Ferrari 296.
Yeah, I got
GTB.
photos on my Instagram if you want good ones of my exact one.
So how as someone that's never purchased a Ferrari, how do you go about purchasing a Ferrari? Is it easy? Is it hard? Are they hard to get?
Not when you're friends with the person who owns the Ferrari dealership.
In Newport? Or
no, I knew they're from Austin, Texas.
No shit.
Yeah, some good friends I got to meet through Jose from Alpine Star.
Dope.
He's like family.
No, just go to Jett's Instagram.
Yeah, I got actual photos on Instagram. Does it work or no?
So is it normally hard to get a car like that?
It's not too difficult. I mean, my one's secondhand, my car. but I got it with like 1,000 miles. Like,
So it's pretty much
it's
new.
like, that's basically brand new, and that's perfect because the first 1,000, they're like babying the thing. So it's like, it's past the break-in stage. So you can just
So you can
hammer
just
it.
send it.
Yeah. So it was pretty good. Plus, like that was super nice. I was telling you earlier, I ended up buying the carbon kit before I had the car, and I'm like, oh shit.
Is that
Like,
sketchy?
I mean, yeah. I mean, in case I changed my mind, which I could have done.
Fuck.
But I once I got the kit, I'm like, okay, I have to kind of commit to that, like now. But yeah, I went to a friend's in Austin. I got to see the actual car. I never got to test drive or anything beforehand. I just saw it, like the outside of it. And yeah, I said, hey, I texted, I got the guy's number because I'm like, dude, I might be interested because Austin GP, the MotoGP when we were there,
Yeah.
that's when I first saw it.
Ah.
And then I got the guy's contact just in case because I knew I wanted to get a Ferrari. And I'm like, oh, I like that one. It's nice. But then time went by, and then in December I messaged him like, hey, do you think I can buy that one, please? And he's like, yeah, sure. Get also they serviced it for me. It was a fun experience. I ordered it, and I think I was testing actually at the time.
Oh, there.
Yeah,
she
there
is.
it is.
Oh.
It's like my Batmobile.
So, what goes into the thought process of like this car? Why this car? I'm not a big car guy, so I need to be educated.
I originally wanted the F8. I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, F8. I wanted the F8 originally. I had a kit on it, but then the one I had a body kit. Some guy, I think a guy that owned like a bunch of Zaxby's came in, bought that, then 4 other cars. So I was like, well, that's gone. So I'm like, well, I wanted something that's going to spin tires, like that's rear-wheel drive. And I'm like, well, I heard these things are badass. They come stock at 830 horsepower, and they're rear-wheel drive. They're a V6 twin-turbo hybrid.
Oh, shit.
But I'm like, you know what? I watched some videos, and I'm like, honestly, they sound not too bad with exhaust. So I'm like, you know what? Who cares? I wanted a later version because I have I got a V12 F12 Ferrari at home.
Yeah.
That's like the 2014. A little bit of an older model. Dude got that rawness about it. I'm like, I want to get like an update, like a now Ferrari kind of thing. And from like 2022 to 2025, they're all pretty similar. And I think my one's a 2022. But like, let's get an updated one. Let's get the new technology in Ferrari. And so yeah, I'm like, let's get this. And I saw this, was looking for kits, and I love the carbon fiber wheel vents.
Yeah.
Like I think it's so sick. So I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go with this one. And then I already had a picture in my mind, like the kind of F40 wheels in black. I love all my cars blacked out. I still got to do some of my other ones all blacked out. I got my twin turbo Audi R8s all blacked out. I got one paint, like a paint combo on beadlock wheels for my R8.
Was that the ones that you tried to put on yourself, or was that the Rolls?
No, that's the Rolls ones. I've dented those ones because they were like shitty metal. And that car's just so heavy. But then, yeah, I got the F40 wheels. I put an exhaust on it. I'm like, we need to black everything out. We did powder coated the rear Ferrari badges. We did the suspension, like put a lower spring on it. We painted the brake caliper because the brake caliper was black originally. I'm like, I wasn't sure. But I'm like, nah, let's do yellow to match the center cap on the wheel and the Ferrari badge on the side, like the shield. So I was stoked. This one, I was so excited when it got here. It looked so mean. Like the stock ones are like, they're kind of like, they're just nice. But this one on the road, just the presence it has is so mean. And like, that's like, honestly, the back is one of my favorite spots. Like looking wise,
Yeah,
like
it
the
looks so
hip,
nice.
like the top hips, they come up so high. It looks so mean. This one's sick. I like this one a lot. It's probably my favorite one. Like my favorite one, looking wise for sure.
And it drives good?
Yeah, drives good. Yeah.
You're just like, who cares, bro?
Yeah, I had to, like, the first week I got an
It ain't
engine.
about that.
Yeah, the first week I got an engine warning because of, obviously I put the exhaust on it, so the
Cadillac converter or whatever they're called.
yeah, that came up. So I got a little blue driver thing, plug that in, remove, good as gold.
Fucking beauty.
And it has CarPlay, so it's sick.
Oh,
Like, because
that.
I love music, so I'm like, I need to have my phone be able to connect to it and play music. Where the old one doesn't. It has that, but the Bluetooth goes in and out.
They just run an aux cord in the old Ferrari.
No, the old one doesn't have like aux. It's just like sometimes the volume will work, and sometimes it doesn't.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah.
But it
the
does have a V12.
But the V12 sounds great, and we've straight piped that as well. So we listen to that.
What's your favorite?
I'd say this is my new favorite. I'd say this one's my favorite one now. Because I love all blacked out cars. I think it looks so tough.
Yeah.
My Rolls is sick. Like, that
Dude,
one's baller.
How's just breaking the internet with the Rolls-Royce? Do you remember when that happened?
I didn't even post it.
Yeah. And
I didn't
people
even
just
post it.
lost their
They got
shit
the
about
dealership
that car.
posted, and they lost it. And I'm like,
Can you pull out that photo? This has to be one of the hardest photos in Supercross history.
I thought it was funny as because
Motherfuckers in Berks.
I didn't post it all. I think.
Nah.
Yeah, it would have been my tags, but go on Instagram. Go back on Instagram. It's called the Instagram's called Atlanta Autos. Atlanta Auto. Yeah, that one.
Bang.
You're gonna have to go down a bit. Obviously, it's in 23.
But yeah, this has to be one of the biggest flex Supercross photos of all time. Like 20-year-old with a Rolls in Berks, socks, and basketball shorts.
Yeah,
not giving an actual fuck.
I flew in for the day. I flew in that morning. Went to there. It's a fair ways down.
Yeah. Yeah, you just search it up.
You
You'll be able to find it.
you might be able to search it up.
So what made you buy that car?
Because I actually always wanted a Rolls-Royce when I first was like making money. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it is. That is such a flex. So that's basically like flying in with an overnight bag, want to be comfy on the plane, but also getting my Rolls-Royce.
Yeah, our buddy Gary Butler Tires, who actually did my Ferrari as well, helped like kind of knows the guy who owns that dealership and got in contact before they even took photos and put it on their market. He heard that they got it. He sent me photos of it. And I'm like, yeah, that one, please.
And it's a good car. It's actually a good car as well.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, when you spend $500,000 on an SUV, you want to hope that it drives good, and it drives amazing. It's like a yacht. That's the best way to put it. Like if you're on a yacht in the ocean, then you go on a wake boat.
Yeah.
The difference is massive. Like it's sick. It's baller.
So what's still on the list? Is there a point where, like, let's say you just keep winning championships? Like, is there a point where it's like, fuck, maybe I just won't buy a championship car?
I probably won't buy a championship car like for a little bit. I don't know, because I'll probably have to sell some, honestly, because I don't have room in my house, and I got a 5-car garage, so it's a bit of a struggle. But who knows? We might buy a warehouse first, and then that's problem solved. But
weren't you trying to build a shop at the Pound?
Yeah, we're gonna build like a sports center, put like a paddle court in there and golf simulator. But I think Hunter and I bought this other property that's like closer to houses that we might do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, but I mean, there's obviously more cars I want to get. I want to, at one stage, I definitely want to buy a hypercar.
What would you get?
Pagani Huayra.
Yeah. Okay. Pull up one of those bad boys.
That's
They're
like
fucking bullshit.
Honestly, you know what I honestly thought of? I was talking
Pagani, Pigani. Huayra. I don't know how to spell that. Tom probably. Tom definitely does.
Yeah, it's like Huayra.
Tom's had a bunch of McLarens and fucking all cool shit.
The blue one, like I would go like that style, but then exposed black carbon.
That's so gangster.
Even the one without the wing, it's just like it's so sexy.
And
the interior is sick.
What's the retail on one of those?
I think they roughly go for like 3.5. I think it is. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, like you said, it depends on the spec.
Yeah.
But
so they're just not available. Like you just retail can't.
Well, they only make a limited amount and they're all sold. So then you're buying it secondhand. And because they're rare, it's like buying a watch.
Yeah.
Like you're paying double or
over retail.
Yeah. But
that thing would be so gangster.
Yeah, honestly, before before my Ferrari, I was talking with Daz and Hunter. I'm like, what if I sold all my cars and bought a Bugatti? I was like, what if I get a Bugatti Veyron? Like, I think it would be pretty sick. And they're like, yeah, but you're buying the cheapest one at a Bugatti. So it's just like, you're just trying to get it to get a Bugatti. I'm like, yeah, but I like, and they're like, yeah, but then like, if you got to go do an oil change, it's 30,000 for an oil change. Like,
Bro.
and then at each wheel is like, if you got to do tires, like each wheel tire is 30,000.
Have you been following Matt Jones on, is it Matt Jones?
No, Matt
Matt
Armstrong.
Matt Armstrong. Have
He's
you been
doing the
following the Bugatti thing?
Yeah, I watch his stuff. He's cool.
Bro, have you seen any of that? Pull up Matt Armstrong on YouTube.
He's doing this, guys, Bugatti Pure Sport or Super Sport, I think it is.
You guys follow him as well, eh? That whole thing, dude, he posted about, Matt Armstrong. He posted the first day. Oh, look, 3 days ago, 7 million views.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of the craziest content plays I think I've ever seen.
Well, it's sick because he's doing it with no help from Bugatti because they're like, you can't build this.
And he's like, hold my beer.
Yeah. Hold my beer,
Hold me
mate.
beer, bruv.
Yeah.
Watch this then.
Hey, bruv, hold my beer.
But yeah, so old mate totaled his Bugatti.
Yeah.
How's that? The thing is just
Split.
comes in half.
I know. I've watched this exact one.
You've watched all this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got onto this dude when I was in Australia and started watching his videos. Man, what a crazy!
sick.
That's a sick YouTube
But you know what
channel.
the sick thing he does? He doesn't just rebuild it back to stock. He builds it up and like puts a kit on it or puts exhaust, suspension, wheels. He does a sick job at it. He's sick.
Yeah, and he would be.
And he's got the Bugatti logo tattooed on his leg just there.
Oh, what an animal! So he was a pro.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, he was a pro BMX dude.
Yeah.
In the UK.
Yeah,
and then he just like slowly got into this.
Yeah, I've obviously watched all his videos, so I've heard his story of like how he's working on his Audi in the driveway to start a video on that, and then where it turned into. I mean, working on multi-million-dollar cars.
Yeah, and
Like,
just with his dad
obviously this
figuring
one,
it out.
but then working on $1,000, like hundreds and $1,000 cars. Like it's him and his dad. It's really sick. It's cool.
Do you reckon you guys will ever do like get a car shop or like build a car shop one day?
Maybe, I don't know.
Is Hunter more into building them than you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just like buying them and driving them.
Jett likes loud noises.
Yeah. Me like loud noise.
Yeah. I could see
yeah.
Hunter. I could see Hunter like actually owning a shop.
Hunter's a lot more hands on, but I don't know. Maybe
as you get older.
Maybe as I get older. I think it comes with age.
Maybe.
It's like I don't know. I'm not at that stage yet. I tried. I bought a BMW E30 at one stage for like I just wanted to do up.
Yeah.
And then I fixed the fuel pump, water pump, the wheel hub, and I never got it registered and it sat there. Then my dad sold it. Because it sat there for months and months.
Fuck, it's going in the paper.
Yeah, Dad's like, it's just fucking sitting there doing nothing. Get it out.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then I saw you got the Protect too.
Yeah,
that's new.
This one's new. Yeah. So,
is there a story with that?
No, just
gangster as fuck.
Liked it. I've been liking rose gold a lot, and I have a Protect Nautilus already, and I'm like, you know what? I like rubber straps. Like for some reason I like just prefer it better on my wrist. Like the links, I'm like, they're nice, but I'm not as like to daily. It's like I don't like how it moves around. Where this is just stuck, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just like the Aquanauts.
That's one of the most timeless watches in the world.
Like I love watches. I'm getting into my watches now more. Like, I think I already want to buy another one.
Were you into watches before?
No, like after a few years of Hunter getting it, I'm like, oh, honestly, they're kind of cool. And then now I've just started like wearing, like, bought a Cartier one. Then I bought then I went from Cartier to a Patek Philippe Nautilus.
Naturally,
this is a smooth transition, I guess. That, and then I like fell in love with that. And I'm like, dude, I need another watch. And then I bought the Rolex Day-Date. I got a Day-Date Rolex in Oz. I got the day after it when in 25 when I won. Oh, sick. I'm like, I got to get this one. So like I wasn't much of a big fan of Rolex. So like I I know. I just knew a lot of people had Rolexes, and
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I liked Patek, I liked Richard Mille and AP more.
Yeah.
More like Patek and RM.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm like, dude, I love this one. This one looks sick.
Yeah. I think that's one of like the classiest watches that I think that you can get
It's
without
so
getting
clean.
into like some crazy like world timer type
Yeah.
shit, you know, and then
Yeah.
you like very minimalist face, very clean, but like underneath the watch is just ridiculous complications.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm just trying to build up my watch collection now. I think I got 4 watches now, so we're just stacking up. I already want to get another one. I want to buy an RM.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to RM next.
Yeah, I want to get a. I'm not sure because I like the 67s, but Hunter likes them too, and I think he might be getting one, maybe, because that's all we talk about. So I might go different because they go for like 180, depending on which one he gets. Some are like the 6701s go for like 180 to like kind of 250s.
Type in Richard Mille 6701. 6701?
Yeah, 6701. They go from like 160, 180 to like, 180 to like 200s plus. And then, so that's that one.
Which one?
The silver one, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you'd like that one.
See, I'm not there with Richard Mille in the same way.
Yeah. And then you have a 6702, which is a $300,000 watch.
Yeah, okay.
And that's like if you go
to the
if
02.
you go, actually scroll down. See that red band?
Yeah,
The black?
yeah,
That's the
yeah.
6702. That's like 300K.
I like those more. I think Danny had one of those when he was driving for McLaren.
Yeah, because they have a
the
sponsor.
sponsorship.
I want to get sponsored by them so damn
Dude,
bad.
so we're at like Barcelona, and it's just like he's like, yeah, dude, just wear that, because he was like getting changed, getting out of the thing, and I picked it up, could not
Look how
believe
light.
it, dude.
How
Thinnest strap. I was like,
So I I wore
Unreal.
an iced out one for media day of the 6701, and I had like one of my friends had one, so I wore it, and I'm like, so I wanted to wear it because it looks sick, and then I also want to feel what it's like because I want to get one really badly. But I like them. The one I like right now is I think it's Richard Mille, I think 35. If you put that in.
35.
Yeah.
Just 35?
Yeah, do this 35s.
Yeah.
So I got to hang out with Lando for the Austin F1 GP, and he had the white and blue one on, a Rafa Nadal one.
Oh, that's sick.
Look at the price on that. I was drilling over it.
But it's in stock.
Yeah, it's in stock, they said. I want to get either, like, I would easily sell one of my cars
To get one of those.
to get like one of these. Like I like the faces on them, but even the red one, the Rafa Nadal, the red one to the left, that one's sick. I'd get that. I think either that or the 67.
6'7"?
67?
Nah, I think that I don't love the look. Like, I mean, look, I'm probably just not the guy that's ever, run one of them. But
Too cheap for you.
yeah, just too cheap.
Too cheap.
But I think like once just looking at them, I was never like that into it. And that, like, I don't know whether it fits me as a person.
Yeah.
But then once I held one and wore one, I kind of like got it a little bit more because it doesn't make sense.
And for how complicated they are and how light it is like the biggest thing too. Like, I mean, you just look at that, like, obviously like they have this, everything in the middle, you can see right through it, and everything's like kind of held on by those 4 bolts.
Yeah.
And then everything's in the middle tied together.
Yeah.
Like, plus I really like Rafa Nadal as well.
Who was the cyclist during the tour that was wearing one?
Tadej Pogacar.
It was Taddy.
Matthew Van Der Poel.
No, Vanderpool's who I was thinking about.
Van Der Poel wears them.
I was like, dude,
I want to wear.
what?
I want to wear one so bad. And what's his name? I've gone a blank. I had his name just for a second. He's like retired now. He's from the UK.
Oh,
He's
Yeah.
sprinter.
Cavendish?
Yeah, Cavendish.
Yeah,
him.
yeah,
Him
yeah.
as well. He would wear him as well.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck,
so
that's
sick.
so gnarly.
So sick.
Cyclist too, though. Of all
I wanna get sponsored. That's like one of the sponsors I want really, really badly.
RM.
Yeah.
What's the pitch? Surely we can make that happen.
The pitch, I can.
I'm the
'cause
fucking best.
Their big sell is how they're a high performance watch.
And you're a high performance guy.
I'm a high performance athlete, and no better way to put it to a test than on dirt bike.
Imagine Supercross. The jersey that you wore stays dirty. The watch has got a little bit of dirt in it, and you're on the podium.
Because the
in a
cyclists
RM.
cycle in them.
Yeah.
Because they're light,
Yeah.
dude. Even if it's like not a full working one, I don't know. Like I think obviously I'm not the best salesperson. The only thing I can is like I'm the best. Like no, like that's that's the only thing I can probably say is like I can win races. Like I'm a title contender.
I'll look hot as fuck winning this main event in your RM.
Dude, just like imagine how sick I'd look. That's what I could do for you guys.
I mean, it's right though, and I mean even being around Khalil and being around Khamzat, like being around these guys.
Khamzat's got Richard Mills. I got to see his one. He actually has the black one there.
Oh yeah, I could see him running that. That's wolf
it's
spec.
so hard. It
That
looks
is.
so good. I got to hold it. I'm like,
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
can't steal that. You'll run you down for that.
Yeah, give
But
that
dude,
one back.
He gives his watches away to his
To his boys.
training partner. He just I'm like, dude, ain't no way. I'm sorry. I'm a nice guy. I ain't giving that away.
No, nice. Japan's influence on dirt bikes isn't limited to the motorcycles themselves. Since 1933, a Japanese company out of Ishikawa has been producing some of the highest quality chains in the industry, the crucial link between the engine and the rear wheel. In racing, every part of the motorcycle matters, and power means nothing if it can't make it to the ground. When riders are pushing the limits of traction, durability, and performance, the chain becomes one of the most critical components on the entire bike. That's why the best teams in the world trust D.I.D. From championship winning teams to riders at the very top of the sport, D.I.D chains are built to handle the punishment of professional racing. Trusted by Joe Shimoda and the Lawrence brothers at Factory Honda, D.I.D continues to prove itself at the highest level of Supercross and Motocross. Strength, consistency, and performance you can rely on when the gate drops. Because in a sport where races are decided by fractions of a second, reliability isn't optional, it's everything. The best trust D.I.D, and so does the Gypsy gang. One of the things that I wanted to ask you as well in this is when I talk about you racing, I always think in my mind, I'm like, I see a guy that can get in and out of the zone like almost on cue.
Yeah.
Is that a fair thing to say? Like, have you ever thought about, and so what I mean by the zone, so like, I guess maybe I'll explain it a little bit
Being
more.
locked in, and then like as soon as the helmet come off, like kind of like this.
More like when, you know, like you're having a conversation with yourself in your head, like,
Yeah.
I need to go here. I need to do that. I'll
Yeah.
do this, these points. Well, like, but I feel like with you, there's just nothing. And you're riding, but in a good way,
Yeah.
right? So like, have you ever had the experience where you've been so in the zone in the moto that 30 minutes just disappeared and then it was the checkered flag and then you snap out of it? So like Liam was saying that he's like so in the zone until he crashes. And then when he crashes, it's like he can feel his heart rate. It's like he comes back to him.
Yeah.
And when I watch you, I'm just like, I feel like as soon as Jett is going and out there, it's just freedom. Like
Yeah.
he's not Jett Lawrence anymore. He's just riding.
Yeah. I think it comes where for me, it's the decision making comes easier. There's not much of a, I got to go here. It's like, yeah, but like, I already know before I get there where I'm going in a way. And then if I'm there and something's different, I can change. I know what to do like right away. In a way, it's like, it's different. I don't think the motors go like fast. Like 30 minutes is a fucking long time.
Yeah.
Like when you're out there, especially if you're just out front, like it feels long as because you're just like looking. Where's the checker? Where's the 2 lap board? You know. But I think in when you're battling through, yeah, it goes quick. I think Red Bud probably would be the best one. I would say that I had a little bit when I came from 18th. I think.
So that's just like
20.
brain off,
Yeah.
send.
That one was just like, I just got to push. So I think that one you just more focus on because you're like wanting more time. So the time goes quicker. It's like that thing. You want more time. So then the time starts going faster. Like you feel like, so I feel like that's the only time when it goes quick.
Yeah. But do you feel like, do you know what I mean about like the conversation about like where I should go and it just, everything goes quiet? Like even when you're practicing, like, is there ever times where you're just like so in flow and it's so easy what you're doing that it's like you're doing it without even thinking about doing it?
Yeah, I'd say a lot. Like I think, like I said earlier, like I like a lot of things come kind of easy in a way where it's like I gotta make sure I stay focused because sometimes it can screw me more on it. But yeah, I definitely understand what you mean and like kind of things just start happening without thinking of it, you know?
Because that's what it comes across as. Like, you know, you can see some guys get into that zone and you can like an Eli beast mode type of ride.
Yeah.
But they're like, it's not there every single time, but it just feels like with you, you are one of those very few people that it's almost every time you ride.
Yeah. I think when my helmet just comes on, I just naturally all right, let's work, let's focus in. Like it's just like it's a habit, you know, like helmet goes on. All right, now it's my job. Let's execute what I need to do.
Do you still enjoy riding for riding other than the work aspect of it?
I mean, I'd say yeah now because I haven't rode in so long. Definitely miss it. Yeah, like I'd say yeah. Still, there's times where I definitely enjoy it when it's coming like really really easy and I feel like I'm going because I get enjoyment out of going fast, obviously. So I think when I'm going fast and everything's flowing really good and I have a really really good flow, I think that's when I really really enjoy it.
So have you ever had any perfect motos or perfect main events where you're like, I could not have done any better?
Gosh, I'm trying to think. I'd say yeah. I can't remember when, but I think definitely for sure, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, yeah, you just look at, like, you're just such an outlier in so many ways that as someone that like analyzes the sport, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what is actually going on in there? And even like I think about like ice speed, like what is it that makes you better than all of these other guys that are still the best in the world?
Sometimes I guess I'm just not human. I mean, that's like there's some things there's work different in my head. Like it's just things compute different, you know? Like I think that's what makes me special of how I see things. Like,
and are you gauging that off like knowing how it's different for Hunter or something? Like, have you ever had those combos where like you're just like, yeah, man, can't relate. Sorry, bro. Like, hate that you're struggling, but yeah, I can't relate.
No, I've never had those moments. But like, I don't know. It just like, just comes natural. Like, it just comes with ease. And when I go to think harder, it's more of like things that no one thinks of that makes, I think, me better and different in a way of like linking stuff together or trying this line, you know, like, and sometimes I don't obviously get, there's sometimes I obviously miss on lines that someone else is doing better and it's like, oh, damn it. But like, I think it's just way I see the track is different.
So, you know, one example that sticks out for me, Parla last year, you go up the hill, right, down the hill, inside, roller. You know that section?
Yeah, that last little part of it, yeah.
Yeah, and then before you come back around.
Yeah.
You come down that hill, you went to the inside, and there was like 3 laps where you went left out of the rut on the inside and you jumped over that single.
Yeah.
You know, you did it for like...
I remember because it had like an edge in it.
Yeah.
Like there was an edge that was just enough of a kick that like when I could compress it enough, it was in the perfect spot to compress and go rah, and just flick the clutch and get over it. But then obviously 3 times and then I broke through that little edge that kind of kicked it up
Yeah. And so you did it. So I was standing. Fox had like their area up
Yeah.
top, and I watched the whole moto standing on top of an RV. So I
Yeah.
was like looking right at that section.
Yeah.
And Eli tried to do it
Yeah.
after you and couldn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, and you did it 3 laps in a row, and I watched him try and do it. And there was you changed a couple of lines that he tried to do, and just didn't work.
Yeah.
And that was one of those moments where I was like, "Fuck, man!" At the highest level, with one of the best outdoor riders ever behind you, changed that line, and just did something completely different. Like most people mentally can't make that kind of switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it just accidentally goes into like something like that. Like, I don't know. I think the best way I can put it, honestly, I think I just see things differently in a way. And like that, not thinking of it and just doing it helps, you know?
And that's kind of what I'm trying to get at. It's
Yeah.
like you're just doing shit. Like
Yeah,
you're just out there doing
There's
it.
obviously a lot of things I think of. Like with that one, I obviously thought of because I'm like, it's annoying. You'd go kink, like you'd hit that, go bump, then hit the top again and go over then down. I'm like, why not just create it as a step up? Like, I just make it a lot more simpler for myself and easier.
Yeah, and I just think like to do that in the moment, it makes me think, because I'm not good at riding.
Yeah.
Right. So like I get to watch you guys for a living.
Yeah.
And then get to go to Parla and suck dick
Yeah.
on the track. So
Well,
it's like,
we all have our things that we're good at. Okay.
But
I
so-
only got dirt bikes.
hey, look, that's all you need, brother.
Yeah.
But so it's like to relate it from a person that just doesn't have that. And like, so I'm breaking down a hill and I'm like, fucking,
Yeah.
just, it's coming at me so quick. I'm barely got time to make a decision. I'm doubting myself.
Yeah.
I'm fucking up the technique. Like the recipe of things that need to work.
Yeah.
I'm just like a gearbox. It's like nothing's working. And then
Yeah.
yours just perfect. Like, so in that moment, I feel like I have zero time.
Yeah.
But for you to like make those kind of decisions, it's like you have all the time in the world.
Yeah, I mean that's like you said earlier, like eye speed as well. Obviously, how quickly you can compute the terrain and what's going on I think that's a big thing of what helps you like kind of helps you quickly process things. I think the faster your eyesight is, which that's just train and doing it a lot. Obviously, like same with F1 drivers, they don't go out and just go ham straight away. They build their eyesight up and stuff like that, as they go out. So, yeah, I kind of get what you're saying, but
Yeah,
like
it is hard
it's
to-
just
it's-
normal for me, so it's like it's
Yeah.
a little different.
Yeah.
I haven't thought of it that way in a way.
So, do you have a timeline? Lars said that you were there maybe was an announcement coming out this week about when you're back.
I think maybe like a few two or so weeks, maybe.
You'll announce what you're doing?
Or
you'll
do
be
I
back.
announce? No, I've never thought about announcing because I'm not a social media person. Like,
Yeah, fair.
we probably will, but they'll when I'm riding, there'll be a post.
Yeah,
There'll be something that's like we'll throw out there to.
Do you reckon you'll come back for any Supercrosses?
Hunter needs help.
Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, dude, you just out there getting second, even though you don't lay up for your brother, you
Yeah.
asshole.
Hey, I can need someone to block for him.
But because that's a real thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's been a lot of team tactics used in championships to get guys. Justin Cooper was a lifesaver last year to get Coop's chip.
Yeah.
So it's like, even at not 100%, like, so if you came back, you wouldn't be coming back for yourself. You'd be coming back for Hunter, essentially.
Maybe, yeah. But like, so obviously that was the topic of this previous weekend, and one of the things that like rubbed me wrong was like they said Hunter's done it a lot for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
he hasn't, because I was winning. Like I didn't need anyone to block me. I just won with being better. Like he didn't need to block, and he wasn't blocking
Well,
most of the time
dude,
because he
it
was
was-
better. And the last few years, he's been going for the championship.
He's been your biggest rival.
So that's like the biggest stupid thing to say. And like, I think like the only time I've known that we've actually blocked someone for each other was with me, I think, in 22 and outdoors when him and Joe were trying to fight for that last position, the second position.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
our friend Joseph, I was playing around a little bit with him to hold. That was the only time I did. And yeah, and I got roused out by Daz.
True.
Dad says, no, he needs to deserve that spot. You race for that and you earn it, not by getting help. So, yeah.
Definitely outdoors though.
In helping?
No, you'd be back for outdoors 100%.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I'll be back for outdoors.
Love that. How is this compared to last year in terms of injury?
This one's been a lot more like annoying.
Really?
Yeah, this one's been a lot more like kind of dreadful of trying to get back and thinking when. I mean, like, I was back on a bike on 2 months and 1 week. What was that, 9 weeks?
Fuck, that's crazy
I
for an
went with my
ACL.
ACL, but I worked my
You were
ass off to
grinding,
get back
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like, people was like, it's fake, da-da-da. Like, I got scars to show.
Yeah.
Scars. Same
Yeah.
with this one. I got scars.
Yeah,
but
you got scars on that one.
Yeah, like the poor right leg, and that's my favorite leg. I'm right-footed, so poor thing's getting hammered. But, yeah, like I just worked my ass off, and you can doing the same thing with this. It's been a bit of a struggle with trying to get it back. It's bone ligaments. You can push a lot harder. This one is bone, so it's a little bit more difficult. You can't rush it that much.
Yeah. And it's a shitty bone to break.
Yeah, it's one that doesn't get a lot of blood flow to it, sadly. So it's been a slow process.
Has it been harder mentally or easier mentally because of last year?
I've honestly just been having like I kind of said, I think earlier I said that Khalil and Bear have been like a big help because I've just been distracted, honestly, and obviously my girlfriend as well, talking with her every day, and I've just had distractions and
But like
stuff to
good
do.
distractions.
Yeah, good distractions. That's like taking my mind from just sitting there and just being, oh, like this sucks. It's miserable. Like, yeah, it sucks, but it's not going to be permanent. Like, I'll get back. Like, so we've just been chugging along, and I just want to get back on the bike so I can start training for outdoors mainly.
Yeah. Griff, can you pull up the last podcast we did with Jett? I just want your reaction on something. Can you believe it was 4 years ago?
Oh, damn.
4 years, bro.
Yeah, that's
Do you remember
wild.
it?
Yeah, I remember it.
Do you remember what you were wearing and shit? Look at you, bro.
So I came from golfing.
4 years.
Yeah, because I remember it was in Temecula.
Yeah.
I showed up in the Wraith.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I showed up in a Rolls-Royce.
At just a random dude's house.
Yeah.
Did the pod in his
got
bedroom.
a Rolls-Royce from
Jared?
Jared J-Star
Fuck the
in
man,
Anaheim.
bro.
He's so good. I
He
love
is
that
the
guy.
man.
Dude, we got to go out to dinner one of the nights at have you been to Ocean 48? Ocean 48, I think it is. It's in Fashion Island. It's
Nah.
freaking
I've never actually
unreal.
been to Fashion Island.
Really?
Nah, never.
You should check it out. We got Nordstrom, Santo Studios.
Is
in there.
that where the Santos is?
Yeah, we got there. We got a like. I mean, you see it right across
Yep,
from
yep.
Bearfly. We got the Santo store there as well. But
Are you enjoying that?
Yeah, it's fun. It's sick. I like clothes and stuff, so it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all I wear.
Yeah. But it must be cool to just be building something like that with the boys.
Yeah, it's cool. I have like I can have some intel and like a lot of things like that are my stuff that says Jett Lawrence like edition is like what I helped kind of build and obviously we're building a company with Bear and like him and I and then obviously Sheckler's other guys as well, Khalil, Hunter, Twitch, like and there's UFC guys as well, skaters,
Surfers,
like
yeah.
Cole Hoshman.
Yeah.
We're just building a insane empire that's just like so far it's been doing really, really well. So I'm like super happy I got to run into Sheckler when I was getting tattooed.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
and it led to this.
He's the best, bro.
He's so
Sheckler
sick. I love
is
him.
actually such a fucking G.
He's so sick. I love the guy. He's awesome. He's like, he always has time and is always so nice. I love the dude. He's so cool.
Yeah. So when you look at that kid right there, what's the biggest thing that's changed about you since then?
Gosh. Just shit, like just life. A lot, like just learn a lot of life lessons and a lot of experience a lot of things, I think, is what the best way to put it. And I was just thinking then also, have you ever seen the things like what UFC does to a person? It'll show like when they first got to UFC, that's like a couple years in, they're just like tattooed up. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just thought of that. Then I'm like, when I first went pro to then like now, just like beat up. But yeah, I think experience. would be the biggest thing of like that's different from now. Like, just the situations I've had to go through and kind of learn and come out on top, get kicked down, and work my way back out. You know, like I think it's just been learning of life and what people deal with. You know,
It is gnarly. Like I was thinking about it. Well, since we locked this in, and you guys have really had to go through a lot, and I mean, a lot just to get to there.
yeah.
So like, don't even.
There was a journey to get to there.
Don't even think about that.
There to here.
Yeah, from there to here, everything that you've had to go through, and yeah, I think you're one of those guys that makes their life look so easy, and you take everything in your stride. But fuck, man, it's been gnarly. And even the injury, now another injury, like 3 big injuries on a 450.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, like, I think the best way is shit happens, man. Like, I don't think you can, whatever you do, if you can mope around and sulk about it, I can mope around and say, like, this is hard, and I'm not going to be where I'm at now. Stuff getting hard. If I mope around, don't do anything about it, it's going to stay that way, and I'm still going to be miserable. Where we were able to get ourselves out of this, like, you know, like looking at things negatively ain't going to fix anything, you know, unless you can find a solution and fix, you know. So it's been crazy, but I think that's what all those experiences helped me to become who I am now. You know, like everything leads to something, you know, like everything happens for a reason, you know, like some stuff happened that you just like, you don't wish happened, but it did. You learn from it. All right. For the next. So it's been I think it's been more so gnarly because it's been experiencing a lot at a young age. Like I feel like a lot of people go through this when they're a lot older.
how old are you now?
I'm 22. I turned 23 this year.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy.
So, I dealt with a lot of stuff when I was in my teens, you know, like
yeah.
and then obviously the last few years and like barely very, very early 20s.
Yeah. Well, and you know, I think that you guys also like there was a period of so much positivity and you could not find a bad word said.
Yeah.
And then there was negativity. And then there was positivity. And then there was injury. And like it really has been such it's very cool to see where you're at now.
Yeah, but that's just life, you know. I can't complain about it. Especially nowadays, like, I mean, social media is so fake nowadays. You look at guys and they look like they have never had a bad day. They're living a great life, but that's not what you call life. They're staying in their spot. They're not doing much. They're in a comfortable bubble, you know, where we're always pushing on, try and get further and get better and stuff like that. And what's gonna happen is life's gonna happen. Life ain't perfect. Shit happens, and like I said earlier, sometimes it's for the good, sometimes for the worst. So it's when you have that outlook and this stuff happens, I think it helps have a more of a not so emotional reaction and thought on it, because when you try and react on emotion, it's most of the time not the right decision, you know, unless it's a reaction thing that you need to do. But a lot of things in life aren't shit. You don't have to react. You need to plan it, think it, and try and assess what you need to do without being emotional about it.
Yeah. So it's like you can't choose what happens to you, but you can choose how you react to it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, you can't, like, you can't change anything that happens to you, but you can for sure change what's gonna happen next. Like what you're gonna do next, whatever gets dealt with you. So yeah.
Dude, this was awesome.
Wow.
Thanks
It was
for doing
good.
it.
No, thank you. It's been a while.
Has been a while.
MIA.
It's been a while. But cool though, man. And Hunter Lawrence, 2026 Supercross champ. We could be
Fingers
saying
crossed. If he,
we could be saying that here shortly. And
hopefully. I hope. I really do hope. He really deserves it. So
far he's the best guy.
yeah, if he just needs to keep doing Hunter Lawrence. If he just keeps running like Hunter, I think he'll be just fine.
So before you go, 100 hours with the Lawrences, or do we do 96 hours and 18 minutes?
I feel like if you did the 18 minutes, you're gonna lose a lot of fucking brain cells. I don't know. I think
You know what I reckon? Motocross of Nations 3-peat.
that would be cool.
If it happens, if you guys go, and if we do, we, as in Australians, all right?
Us Australians want
Us
that.
Australians, all right? I think that would be
It'd be pretty cool, yeah.
fucking epic to like really go and like lock in before
What if
that.
it was like the week, the week
week
before,
before.
like going in, like getting ready for that or something. Because
Yeah.
you just see it. We're like so unserious. We're just on some stupid shit.
I love that though.
Yeah.
But until it matters and we lock in for Oz.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I've been so heartbroken to not be there for two of them. Last year I couldn't go because of all my visa shit.
Yeah.
And then the year before, I can't remember. I could have gone.
Yeah.
And I fucking knew the day that I didn't go because Hammer was like, here's my flights. This is the days I'm going. I honestly just think, yeah, fuck. It was just too much. Like I couldn't pull it off. And I was so pissed.
Yeah,
and
well,
then
we'll try and get it for a third time for you.
you think you're going to go? Do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we got the number 1, 2, and 3 again, I feel like it'd be pretty bummed.
Because I thought it was maybe like you're in two minds about it because
yeah,
of the
we
season,
definitely need
new
a break.
bike.
Yeah. But
It's the week after SMX though, right?
yeah, 1 weekend I think in between.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see. I mean, who knows? We probably keep doing them, but
Because I think it's one of those things, like I was talking to Hammer about it.
yeah,
In the moment, you'd be fucking over it. You've probably just won your third SMX or fourth or however many you're up to. And then you're like, you know what? I could take Dylan. We could go to the Bahamas. We could
Yeah.
chill. And then you'd open the laptop and you'd watch the motos and you'd see Vial fucking win. And you'd be like, motherfucker.
yeah.
I should have done it.
It is hard. It is for sure hard.
I get it. But
Yeah, I think we'd do it because I mean, we'd always do it for Australia. I mean, like I think that's like what when we put aside like our kind of personal preference of like, oh, we want to break, but it's like, oh, we got to do it for Australia.
I fucking love that, bro. So yeah, maybe that's our 100 hours because
That'd be cool.
who was Matson? Matson was at the Joe premiere,
Mm-hmm.
and he was like, "Dude, that's amazing, but you've just fucked yourself because you're not going to be able to do a better moto pod, like a better moto
100-hour
episode than that. That was so good." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
3 Motocross of Nations victories, beating France at Ernay, documenting it all.
That would be gnarly. That would be gnarly. Obviously, we can't.
We can't
Say
count
it
our
will.
chickens before we hatch.
Can't count them yet, but we can definitely for sure hope and try.
All right, sweet. Well, yeah, I just wanted to float that idea by
yeah,
you. So
I don't mind it. I like that. I haven't got to go to any of the premiere. I wanna watch the Joe's one because I watched Cole's one. And I was dying laughing.
dude, how good is he doing?
He's ripped, dude.
Are you impressed?
He rides good, no, for sure. I am very impressed. I'm impressed on how committed he is to the whips every time.
Yeah, talk about that.
That one, it's really, really good. I think that he has the bike that's handling really, really well. I think that's what's created such like confidence for him.
Stability, yeah.
Is that it's just so stable and he just knows. Pop, 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 pop. Like,
But how hard is it to do what he's doing?
it's not hard
But no one else
because
is
you just
doing
gotta
it.
you just gotta have balls to commit. I mean, I did a lot when I was 250. I would send it to him.
Yeah.
Obviously, like had my fair share.
Sometimes it may be good.
Sometimes-
Sometimes it may be shit.
Sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. It's like you have him, but like he's been doing really, really well, and it's cool to see. Obviously, like Oz and New Zealand go against each other. We're in Oz, but then when we're outside in the world, we're like, where's one? So it's cool to see what he's been doing.
Yeah. Well, I'll pencil that. I'll keep my schedule clear.
Okay.
Because
that time.
Because I was thinking 96 hours and 18 minutes at the dog pound would be pretty sick.
Yeah.
But then after the Joe thing, I'm like, fuck, we've kind of got to do something gnarly now.
Yeah.
And I think that we could start at the dog pound, and then we fly to France, and then we document a fucking absolute
That would be
onslaught.
sick. It would be cool getting to travel there and that stuff. And
Let's get a jet.
it's in the mix.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. It's
All
in the
right.
mix.
Thanks so much, bro.
Thank
I'll let
you.
Get out of here. You're the man.
Later.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.